All right, there we go. Now I figured it out. I don't know. I haven't used StreamYards in a very, very long time. StreamYards is kind of nice because you just kind of like set it up and go, but I prefer OBS, so I haven't used this in quite some time. So I was going to just run with it, simple hangout tonight. Nothing too elaborate, not doing any layouts or anything like that nature because doesn't really worth much my time to talk about what I'm going to be talking about because it's kind of a, I don't know. I hate to say it, just effery. I guess effery would be the best way to put it. So anyways, long story short, for those who give a crap, which is probably nobody, I was in Molly Golightly's chat the other day, watching some of her stuff. And apparently, there is, okay, so let me see how I can wrap, kind of maybe wrap my head around this a little bit more. I was in Molly Golightly's chat and I got some weird messages. I got one in DM from a very nice person. I'm not going to, obviously mention their name, but a very nice person who acted like they knew me, kind of stuff, right? And I'm like, I don't know you, but if you need some help, I can try to help you out. And then they're like, no, we kind of like talked in the chat earlier. I'm like, well, no, we didn't. And then I find, like I said, I was in their chat, and people were like, "Hey, Steve, what were you talking about with Michelle, kind of stuff?" And I saw your true nature, and you were like talking, Michelle, asking her to go to a hotel or some concert or something along those lines. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell you are talking about, not even remotely so. Let me see if I can bring up the comments here. Oh, there we go. Hey, I got some comments here. Oh, okay. Hey, welcome. Shilin Angel, yes. How are you, my mod? Good to see you. Christopher Canadius. Here we go. Alberta and Stella. Hello. I don't know if you guys are watching this the other day. I don't know if you're watching this in real time, kind of happened, but because Molly, she gets a crowd. And but I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I was like, they're like, you were in Michelle's, and I'm like, I've never been to Michelle's channel until last night. Which was after the fact. I don't watch her. The clips that I've seen of this person, she seems very mentally unwell, and that's what happened with Molly Golightly and her last night. There was hours and hours long of them calling 911 and having this back and forth about welfare checks, and it was surreal to say the least. But it was me in Molly Golightly's chat. I have never been in Michelle's chat. I didn't say a word in there. I'm not even subscribed to Michelle, so any person who's making fake accounts with my name, they're going to chats that I usually don't go. And by the way, it used to be you could tell if it was me if I had a wrench. Don't even count on that any longer, because apparently, from this person I was talking to, they said, "Hey, Michelle," which is I guess Molly Golightly's new arch nemesis or something. Steve's in the chat. Not that I don't know why it's important that I was in the chat, but she says Steve's in the chat. He knows all about this. Maybe he can help you make him a mod or something. And they didn't. Which was good because it wasn't me. But apparently, again, this person Michelle gave her chat. I'm not even making this up. Gave all her passwords. Gave her channel. Gave her passwords. Gave all complete control over to one of her mods, Valentina or something. Which I think is straight up dumb. Yeah, you don't do that. That's one of the reasons why I guess they wanted me to talk to Michelle to kind of convince her that you never give up your passwords to mods. We all know what happened last time I did that with Kyle, right? Yeah. So live and learn, right? That's probably why they want me to talk to her. But why would she listen to me? She don't know me. I don't know her. I've never talked to her before. I've never been to her channel again until last night just to listen, because this weird back and forth they were having about I guess she was clearly on something. Michelle was on something. I'm not going to get into specifics, but she was clearly on something. She was saying that she took a medication, and she was doing this weird impersonation of Molly Golightly, bizarre, and threatening that if police showed up at her door, she couldn't tell if they were police because they were wearing black, and she might end up shooting them. And they called 911. They had like 50 phone calls, apparently. This was from 911 because they had called back. They had called back to Molly's channel and said, "Hey, look, we've had 50 people call. And we know about this person. We even have her gate code." So they were well aware that she's mentally compromised because they have all her information. They got her gate code. They've done welfare checks before, I guess. But they're calling back saying, hey, we have all these people calling, and Molly's like, hey, I never asked anybody to call, right? And which is true. Molly never asked anybody to call. And I think that unless there's a really, really, really important reason, you should never call. I mean, if somebody does like have threats to their own safety, then yeah, of course, that would be appropriate. But I don't think anything reached that level last night at all. I mean, not even remotely so. I mean, sure, Michelle was really out of her mind, but did it reach the level to put lives in danger, like police lives in danger? Hell no, not even remotely so. I mean, if this person's saying that, hey, look, it's dark and they come up my driveway and I might accidentally shoot them, that puts lives in danger. I'm not into that. I think that's actually, that's what sociopaths would do. And again, I'm not saying anybody did that intentionally, but it was really bizarre. Angel says, did you see today's live? No, I did not. I've been working all day. Molly and Michelle were being civil with each other. Really? I last night they're like mortal enemies or something like that. And now they're being civil, which is good. I mean, look, I believe in civility. I do. I believe in civility. I've tried, and there's people that I'll never speak to again because I can't be civil to them. I mean, people have been known just recently. I've been having threats left and right. People have been threatening me left and right. They're going to ruin me. I'm everything from an atheist sex cult leader. I support apparently child rapists is the new thing. I am just a horrible person that defrauded everybody, even though I've lost $10,000. Yeah, it's the whole gamut that we've heard a million times. I don't even care anymore. I don't care. I do my thing in real life. I'm going to stream and ignore the rest of it completely. 100%. If you're somebody in my life that I do not talk to, you're ignored from here on out. Forever, probably. I will not have anything to do with it. I'm just going to do my thing, stream, talk to you guys like this, do my philosophy, do my science, and the rest can piss off forever. I don't know what else to tell them. So, and I'm a little bit taking somebody's advice, one of my friends' advice on that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to ignore everything about me. I don't care. I just, when you reach a point where you've lost all sense of feeling when it comes to that, you're just numb. That's what you get. You're just numb. So I'm numb. Let's see here. I'm trying to remember how to use Streamlabs. It's been so long. MS said she was being nice because Molly's in trouble. And no, look. Wait, Molly's in trouble? Why is Molly in trouble? Wait, I didn't really want to see Molly's naked boobs. I can't. She took them out on. What? Wait, what? I saw that she put a picture last night. She had shown a phone of a little risque picture, but that's it. What do they? What's Molly showed her tatas today? What? Wait, on YouTube? Because you're not allowed to do that, obviously. Michelle is now live and she's playing Molly today, being nice to her. Well, I mean, Molly seems like she just wants to be nice to everybody. I mean, look, I don't have a problem with Molly. I mean, I find her entertaining. Some of the stuff she does is funny. Some of the stuff, hit or miss, but it's like any other content creator. But I've got no beef with the woman. I've never talked to her. I mean, I chat and that's it. I mean, I have literally no relationship to her whatsoever. But, she was trying to be, I think giving Michelle advice last night. Just like, Michelle, you need help. You're not mentally well right now. And I was taken aback because, again, I'm sitting there in the live chat and I'm getting this message like, oh, but you were in Michelle's chat earlier asking her to go to a concert or some hotel. I'm like, no, I was not. That was definitely not me. So now I know there were multiple people being faked. Michelle was saying something like, what did she say? She said, oh, someone took my name and my likeness. And I'm like, okay, that sounds weird. But then I put two and two together and I'm like, oh, they made a fake account about her. Okay, that makes sense because that's what they did about me. And they did about, I guess, Mr. Blackwolf. So they did with Wolf. I guess Alice, they made a fake account against her. And a few other people. So let me check here. Hey, Molly. I don't think Molly's been popped by before. Hi, Molly. Yeah, watch your stream. That was a long stream last night. You do long streams, girl. Jesus Christ. I learned a long time ago about 90 minutes to maybe 2 hours is my limit. I don't think I can stream much more than that. It's just I don't have the fortitude. I'm old and I don't like it. 2 hours is my max. But yeah, I mean, Molly could tell you we've had no communications with each other. I've talked to Justin, but I've had no communication with Molly. I don't know the woman. I haven't. I sometimes she has some stuff that I'm like, oh, like her Katie Joy shit. Oh my God, when she was okay. So correct me if I'm wrong here, but I guess Katie Joy put Molly's number on some kind of I'm gonna say prawn sites. I'm a grown up. I can say porn. I don't care if I get demonetized. I just don't give a shit anymore. But she is getting these phone calls, and she was getting. It was like, I don't know, like 4:00 in the morning my time, and I shit you not, at 4:00 in the morning, and you get this phone call, and then you're like, yo, what you doing, girl? What you doing? And she's like, she's like, say my name. Whoa, what's your name? Katie Joy. Hi, Katie Joy. She's like, yeah, say my name, Katie Joy. I was rolling. It was legit funny. That's the kind of humor I like, because she took people trying to troll her and made it advantageous, right? But I can't. The 6 hours, 8 hour streams. That's a bit much for me. She says, yeah, she flashed Michelle. And Michelle's like, okay, well, good for her. Hey, look, man, you got him, flaunt him. I got no issue with that. I'm certainly not a prude. I'm an atheist sex cult leader, man. We have massive sex orgies. And everywhere we go, I go to all these atheist conventions apparently and have massive sex everywhere. Who knew? I mean, this is news to me. And they make that's a weird LARP though, because it's like, wait a minute, Steve, you're a massive sex god that goes to all these sex cult meetings, which by the way, I haven't been invited to any. So hit me up if you're an atheist and you go to these sex cults. Hit me up, call me. But it's like, are you kink shaming or something? I think that's kind of weird. I don't know. She said Molly is in trouble for calling 911 and was told not to call them again. I don't see why. Now, okay, so I'm not a legal person, so don't quote me on this. But as far as I understand, there's something called misuse of 911. But they'll pretty much tell you. They'll say, hey, look, don't call this again on this and blah blah blah. I didn't see anything last night, and I'm objective as fuck. You guys know that. I'm not trying to be biased here, but I didn't see anything that constituted misuse of 911. There was clearly some conversations going back and forth. I do believe Molly was very sincere about Michelle getting help. That I do believe. Michelle was way out of her mind. Do I think it rose that level to get 911 involved? But no, but that's, I'm not directly involved in any of that shit. I was just watching like you guys, man. That's it. But I mean, what are they going to do? I mean, what's the most charged? Misusing 911? It's not going to happen. That's ridiculous. Michelle did that twice during Tata's. Oh no. I mean, okay. Let me just be blunt here. If I had to see Tata's, it would go to Molly, not Michelle. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's that she was this girl might have show was just dancing around last night, and it literally would turn you off to sex for the rest of your life. It was just. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't working for anyone, I assure you. I'm awesome. Hey, look, I can definitely say from watching Molly in the last couple of weeks, she's definitely not reserved or definitely not low opinion of herself. Let's just put it that way. I don't think it was Katie though. For what? Let's see, you're awesome. Molly Michelle is off the wall in her stream tonight. So she's again. Hey, I'm Armageddon's fire. So let me ask you guys again. I'm really confused here. I'm really confused. And I'm just going to put it straight here. I don't know these fucking people. I'm number one in the grifties. Yes, I am number one. Fuck off, Molly. I'm number one. You're number two. How do you like that? I win. And there's only 3 months left to go. But I don't know any of these people. I'm a YouTuber just like the rest of people out there. We none of us, just because we do YouTube doesn't mean we all sit together and sing kumbaya. Okay? And so when I see people making fake accounts of my name or hear about it, I didn't see it because I went to go look at the video and the live chat was gone, which usually means one of two things. It hasn't rendered yet, or they deleted it, or they didn't save it, right? I checked multiple times well after the videos were rendered, and there was no live chat. So if there's live chat now, please let me know, because if you haven't, and somebody had said that they had a picture, a copy, a screenshot of me and Michelle's live chat talking to Michelle about asking to her concert or a hotel or something. If you have something like that, please let me know. I'm curious, but it wasn't me. It's just straight up wasn't me. So when I was getting these weird DMs about, hey, can you help me with this? I mean, it was Michelle, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know who you are. And we figured it out. We did figure it out, but I was really confused because I was like, I don't know Michelle. I've never been to her channel until last night. And the only reason I went to Michelle's channel is because Molly was restreaming her, which, by the way, you can't get in trouble for. They're like, oh, Molly's going to get in trouble for restreaming. No, you can't. If you're having live commentary, you can do it. I've never seen a single person ever get in trouble for that. They're like, oh, go go flag Molly's channel. But by the way, Molly, you may not know this, but there's a shithead on YouTube. We just call him Douche Canoe Bananas, which you're familiar with. You know him by the way, the name of Unirock, that has led this massive campaign to shut me down for years, 3 years running. He's after you now. I guess his whole plan was to get a bunch of people together and go mass flag your channel. Congratulations, you're on their radar. Yeah, big whoop, right? She's like, I'm not in trouble. Why? Yeah, why would you be? I mean, no, that's just nonsense. Again, here's a fun fact on the internet. People can say whatever the fuck they want, right? And unfortunately, there's very little repercussions. We saw what happened with Katie Joy. She can literally say that that I committed fraud, medical fraud, social security fraud, disability fraud, sexual harassment, which we all know is bullshit, and she can get away with it. She can say that things about Todd Chrisley, sort of get away with it. I think that Todd did come out ahead on that. I think there's going to be probably more coming out on that. But I do think that Todd definitely won because she can't talk about his family. She can't talk about his court cases, especially the ones with the IRS, which, that's got to burn her. Think about this. She's a gossip columnist, blogger, right? Who, yes, as many people know, got her started on my channel. I apologize to the internet for that. Please forgive me. Nothing I can do about it. But yes, I'm not saying I took credit for Katie Joy. It was my producer, Brulinator, who is no longer with us, who has passed, who they've now weaponized his death because these are sick fucks. He literally helped her start her channel, but she did so on the back of my channel, clearly, the Non Sequitur show. So they're going after Molly now, I guess. But anyways, Katie Joy, there's no repercussions as far as like what you see on the internet. It's pretty bad. And so here's what I'm going to be doing from here on out. I just don't care. I just don't care. I mean, I don't care. My real life friends in real life, they don't know any of these people. They know of them. They don't give a flying fuck. I go to work. I come home. I eat. I have shelter. I loved where I'm at. I love my town. I love my real life friends. I'm going out this Saturday with a bunch of people. The rest, fuck off. Fuck off. I don't. Who gives a shit? Call me anything you want. It doesn't really matter at this point because all I'm going to be doing on the internet is this shit or philosophy or science or doing whatever the hell I want and not giving a shit. I'm not responding to any fucking troll. If you're associated with any of these people, I'm just going to block you. Block you, be done with you. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Couldn't care less. Couldn't care less. Thank you. I swear to God, Angel, I think you're the only mod that has ever done that for me. Like nobody ever puts my shit out like PayPal or anything because I don't promote my shit. I suck at promotion. I literally I make hardly anything anymore off YouTube, which is okay. I mean, I don't put out as much as I used to. I'm gonna probably put out more. I really am this month. I'm just gonna stream. I might even stream every fucking day. I don't know, just for the hell of it. We have a month of just daily streaming when I get home at night or something, just to shit and rant like I usually do. And then if I have something of interest to talk about, I'll do a philosophy show or a science show. But I don't promote myself. So, anybody says I'm in it for the money, they can fuck off because let me tell you, there's no money to be made for me. Molly she made bank last night too. And it was so fucking funny too, because I guess it was Michelle's birthday. And Michelle's like, PayPal me. She's like doing the Unirock thing. PayPal me, send me money. And all these people started going, "Hey, happy birthday, Michelle," and then donating to Molly. Hey, I think that's funny. I think that's funny. But anyways, I tell you what, I'm gonna do something I don't usually do on StreamYards. I'm just gonna say fuck it because I can control who comes in and out. I'm gonna put the link out. You guys want to come in and just hang out? Fucking do it, man. Come on in. Again, I don't give a shit if this gets demonetized or anything like that. It just doesn't matter to me anymore. Hey, look who we got here. Without a lawyer, hi. A rant from Steve every day. Do you need donuts for Red Bull? No, look, legit. Look, I don't like Red Bull. I'm a Rockstar kind of person. And I was going to have this debate one time between Monster and Rockstar. Like, seriously, a debate. Kind of like the whole pineapple pizza thing. Or the, it's hot dogs a sandwich. But it's going to be, which is better, Monster or Rockstar? Now, I go with Rockstar. Sponsorship. But I'll drink Monster. I like the low cal, the purple ones, and the ones that have no calories because I'm still trying this month to go back on my diet. My diet fucked off last month. Bad. But this month I'm trying to get back on my diet. It's October, getting ready for the season. But yeah, I mean, we should have that debate. Which one's better one of these days? But I got to prep for it. I have to know the different because they have a lot of different Monsters and a lot of different Rockstars. But Yeah, I'm not a Red Bull kind of guy. Greetings from Australia. Love your channel. Thank you, Amanda D. I appreciate that. And you know, it's so funny. My channels have evolved. And right now it's a new month. It is time for a new evolution. I put my Twitter on private. I am blocking people left and right. So if you see my Twitter numbers go down, it's because I don't give a flying fuck. I'll go down to 1,000. If that's 1,000 people or cool people that I want to talk to and associate with and have in my life, I'll keep them. But anybody who's following any of the troll accounts, I've been weeding them out slowly but surely. There are some exceptions. You know, I know some people that follow the shitty people because reasons. That's fine, right? But the rest, I'm calling them, all of them, calling them goodbye because I don't give a flying fuck. Let them talk about me. Let them use my name for clout. I don't care because they're going to do it anyways, right? Oh, look at Steve. Steve scammed the community. Oh, Steve had a rapist on his channel. Steve supports child rape. You name it. All this bullshit is completely fucked up. But what are you going to do about it, right? You have to realize that these are the people out there that are just going to make fake accounts. They're going to go after you regardless. It's nothing you can do about it because it's on their end, not your ends. The best you can do is completely ignore it. Completely fucking ignore it. That's what I'm going to be doing, right? Because, I mean, how many times do we have to prove Katie Joy is a liar? Right? Like seriously, do you need me? You need me to come on and tell you that Katie Joy is a liar? No, of course not. I mean, Molly knows Katie Joy is a freaking liar. But I don't even know what interactions they've really even had in a while. I have no idea. I try to follow that shit, and maybe one of these days Molly will freaking let me know what the hell happened with that. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't think, no offense to Molly, I don't think she has a clue the depravity of Katie Joy. We do, because we lived through it. We lived through the whole depravity of Katie Joy and all the allegations she was making of people and all the defamatory things she did for 40 freaking YouTubers. Coffee is much healthier for those energy. And dude, I like coffee. I just bought more Colombian coffee. I have Triple 3 coffee up there, which is 3-time caffeinated, and I haven't had a drop today. Well, just from this morning. Hey, Steve, I've been out of the loop for a while. What happened with those two? Those two names we never mentioned on this channel ever again. Yes, I will be never mentioning certain names on any of my channels ever again. So those two names I do not ever mention. They will not cross my lips. Okay, there are certain shitty people that I want nothing to do with, and I will never talk about them. Simple as that. Yeah. Did you just say you missed Tab? Chemo. Look, I will drink a Tab, but Tab was not a good drink. Let's just be honest with each other here. A moment to moment, a heart to heart, feel it. Tab was crap. Okay, but I would drink a Tab. Okay, they don't make them any longer though. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think they do. I think they're out of production. Right. Yeah, Molly is one badass mama. It was a great Friday. Did you guys have a stream over there? Again, I worked all day, got home, took a little nooner, or a little nap tonight, and then I got up and I was like, I'll stream and just rant because why not? That's what everyone else does anymore, right? It doesn't really matter, what we talk about. Who are these people? It doesn't matter who people are. A skeptic. Nothing matters any longer. And I'm not going full nihilism, by the way. I'm not. But I've reached a point in my life after talking to people that I really give a shit about and people that care about me, and reached this moment of epiphany, so to speak, this denouement, this enlightenment, so to speak, that nothing matters on the internet. It just doesn't matter. My in real life is so separated from my internet. It's like two different worlds. This is completely different because the people that know me for all my life, they don't give a shit about any of this shit. They know me. People on the internet, they don't fucking know me. They don't. Now there are people that I talk to frequently. Those people do. If I've been in a hangout with you and we have communicated via Skype, or we've communicated through Google Meets, or we've communicated through StreamYards or some kind of communication program, then yeah, I consider them real friends. You don't have to meet somebody to be a real friend on the internet, okay? But there are people that don't know shit all about me that I've never communicated with that that will turn on you on a dime, right? Those are not the people that are your core audience. If you have a core audience of 1 or you have a core audience of 1,000, the difference is simply, will those people, try to see the real you, right? And you're exactly right, Steve. It's a 50 thing. You no longer suffer fools. And I think, as Anna Frieda pointed out, I don't suffer fools well. I just don't. And so I'm not jaded. I'm hardened, I guess you can say. I got a lot to catch up on here, so apologize. What happened to Katie's lawsuit again? It just couldn't come to fruition, unfortunately. I did have involvement with the other lawsuit, the Chrisley lawsuit, in some degree. I mean, talking to the lawyers, and the fact that she was using the same kind of information to go to say about Todd that she did me was very, very telling. That she used the same, he had her swatted 4 times. She had to move because of me, because of death threats that I supposedly sent her that never happened, that kind of stuff. So there's an overlap between her narratives, between Todd, myself, and numerous other people. And yes, the lawyers were aware of all that, obviously. So unfortunately, lawsuits are very expensive. They're very time consuming. There was nothing to collect because I don't think she's solvent at this point. I don't think she is anywhere near as solvent as she claims. She doesn't have business insurance. And I don't think she has enough to even continue the lawsuit she has. But be that as may, I already spent $10,000 in legal fees that I'll probably never recoup. Fair enough. But I made the decisions to do that for justice, and I got the justice I wanted to some degree, because people have seen the fact that Katie Joy is an absolute liar. I mean, that's all I ever wanted. I wanted her to be exposed for somebody who just not is a decent, honest person on the internet. But I don't need to do that anymore. Everybody realizes this. I mean, at that point, it's just beating a dead horse, I guess, right? Steve has never suffered fools gladly. He used to give them a very short shrift. Now he gives them no shrift at all. Yeah, exactly. From here forward, I'm going to be very, very conscientious to try to just ignore everything you've been said about me at all. 100%. I don't watch any of that shit anyways. So that there's that they come up with is pretty impressive. Like, I'm an atheist sex cult leader going and have these wild orgies everywhere at atheist conventions. Even though, 1, I'm not atheist, and 2, I've never been to an atheist convention. I don't know how that works. What I did go to was a epistemological seminar that I gave. That was it, but that wasn't anything like an atheist convention. KJ made some statements regarding Vaughn, and all Molly said was that she could not confirm them, and KJ lost it and went down the hill from there. Yeah, something along those lines, right? I mean, I feel for the Vaughn McRae family. I really do. I think what Katie Joy did to them was unconscionable. I think she put them through hell. And again, I really do believe Molly had good intentions. I swear to God, I do believe that. But it became a clusterfuck. It became a complete clusterfuck. And I do blame Katie Joy 100% for that, because she felt slighted. And again, I'm getting this all secondhand because I didn't really follow it during the time. I'm just not my content kind of stuff. And I don't like donos for drama kind of stuff. I don't like being a trauma vulture as Katie Joy most certainly is. So I don't talk about those kind of stories. I'll read about them, and I have a emotional interest because Vaughn was or is a vet. I mean, he's still with us from what I understand. And so there's a story to be had there. But when Katie Joy no longer was in good graces with the family, and Letitia didn't have anything to do with her, and blah blah blah, and she just turned on her and made this. She pulled this completely 100% uni things, going, oh, there's a fraudulent fundraisers. That's a narrative that you see shitlords use quite frequently. You're either doxing, right? You're a doxer. You're a bigot. You're a homophobe. You're having fraudulent GoFundMe's. You name it. There's a script they run, right? It's a playbook. Hey, what are we going to say about this person today, right? And the fact that they took advantage of Letitia, and not only did she give more money back to people, or not only did she give more money back, she still has people asking her for refunds and stuff like that. It's like, really? So, and I've never talked to Letitia. I mean, again, I have nothing to do with the story. This is all secondhand stuff. But yeah, it seemed like, Molly said something that just made Katie lose her shit, right? But that's Katie, right? Katie just goes off on everybody. Her whole thing is to shut down people, right? Her whole thing is defame people. That's all she can do when somebody points out her BS. He has proved that Katie is a liar, and her evidence was BS, and did not even have his home state correct. That is true. Yeah. In her lawsuit against me, she had me in Green River, Minnesota. I've never been to Minnesota. Yeah. Still a GoFundMe open for that same lawsuit, and you want to donate even though they're happy? Yes, absolutely I do, and it's perfectly fine from GoFundMe. I have spent money on legal fees, and it's completely, a lot of that money went to legal fees. I can recoup what I got, and then I'll take it off. But that'll never happen, and we all know that'll never happen, right? I have spent about 6,000, give or take, of my own money, and only recouped 4,400, I think it was, give or take. So I mean, I'm still good $5,000 down minimum. And so that's perfectly fine. I've already talked to GoFundMe. I have no issue with it. That's why it's greenlit. That's why it's still up. So yeah, you've got what's the problem? I literally am just recouping losses. And I still have legal stuff going on, but whatever. Yeah, it was costing me like $225 a month there for a while. But there's nothing wrong with that, Chet Booger. So yes, I do still have my GoFundMe over. I'm number one on the grifties, even though I've lost $5,000 down. I made no profit whatsoever. Zero. None. Everything went to legal fees, but I'm a grifty. Okay, good enough. I think Shirley's my biggest competition right now. Shirley, I was watching Shirley. Yeah, look, I'm civil to her. I'm civil to Charlotte. She's civil to me. I find no reason not to be cordial with her. I just don't. But she went from like 20 to like number 6. And what is she now? I have it pulled up here. Maybe refresh here. Charlotte's number 5. Molly's number 2. Katie's number 3. What does that tell you? And Chili's number 4. Wow, that's some serious. That's some messed up stuff. What's the grifties? The grifties is just go to grifties.com. It's ran by a guy named Hopetep Jesus. He has a organization called Men of Order or Hopetep Nation. It's called. It's a very large channel. 71.9, I think last time I looked subscribers. And then they have an alt channel that's like 3,000 or 4,000 that they do these grifties on. And it's basically, a joke thing for internet grifting. Some of them are actual grifters, some of them are not. Like Charlotte's not a grifter. I'm not a grifter. Chili DeCastro, massive grifter. Amber Heard, well, what do you think? It's got Ken Hovind, well, clearly. Tucker Carlson, yeah, I'll go with him. The Quartering, Candace Owens, Hillary Clinton. Yeah, I mean, I have all these names. We're me, Molly Golightly, and Katie Jory, Chili, and Charlie in the top 5. What does that tell you? No. I cannot bring myself to vote for Steve. I voted for KG. I voted for myself. I haven't been voting for a while because it's just like I don't even care. Oh yeah. Are you yeah, I'm number 1, baby. Number 1. Number 1 grifty. Yes. Even though that I have lost money this year, like literally lost money from the internet. Okay. I am the world's worst grifter. I mean, I have negative cash flow from the internet pretty much for last year, I think. Or this, yeah, well, probably both. Shit. No, I mean, I came out net ahead because I got 3 channels, but not by much. Not by much, probably at all. Because you got to figure, I mean, how much did I spend on legal bills last year? $10,000, and I made so I made 5 was in the non sequitur showcase, and so see 10,000 minus, and I got 5,000 from that. So yeah, I'm still solid $5,000 down, which I'll never see. Yeah, I'll never see it. Worst cult leader ever. I suck, dude. Look, if you're looking for a good cult, go to Erin. Right, go to EK People Suck. She apparently knows what she's doing. She can run a good cult. I thought offering white macadamia nuts, all the Diet Shasta you can drink, or Mr. Pibb, or if you want Tab, I'm sure we're going to arrange something. We have some conflict on the color robes. I like white because I think it's like, virginal and pristine. Harder to take care of, obviously, because you have to buy a lot of Clorox. Some people wanted purple. Some people wanted lavender or a nice periwinkle. Some of them wanted a cherul. It was a light blue. So I don't know. I that was like the biggest flap that we had in the sex cult, just what color robes. But if you want a good cult, go over to see Erin, right? Cerulean. That's what it is. Cerulean blue. Things were swell when opinions were sacred. Now that only informed opinions are sacred. So I'm SOL. Yes, I've changed that. That is now the tagline. Yes, I'm sorry. The tagline is no longer opinions are sacred. It is informed opinions are sacred. Did you make a ton of money from the Kyle case? Well, no, not yet. I mean, I have a judgment for $115,000 earning 8% interest, which I have to do all this massive paperwork to do some legal stuff to try to collect. You can't garnish wages, but there's some other things you can do. I think everybody fell apart when Steve and Kyle did the Ouija board thing. Halloween curses are legit. That's a good point. Hey, I hadn't thought about that. That might be true. Maybe this Halloween I'll do a Ouija board thing and see what happens. Maybe I can reverse the effects. Steve sucked. He never turned up for the meetings. Look. How am I expected to go to an atheist sex cult meeting and lead it if I'm not invited? If I don't know about these things? What, you think I have to plan them as the leader? No, a leader delegates. A leader says, hey, look, we're going to have a sex cult meeting. You need to get us the hotels. You need to get the venue. You need to get the caterers. I don't know how to do all that stuff. Maybe Molly knows how to do all that stuff. Hey, Molly, if you're still listening, which you're probably not, because not your cup of tea here, but have you ever catered any kind of, or planned for any kind of sex cult thing? I know she was back in the day, all groupie stuff, but have you ever done any kind of set up a venue and get catering and do all the decorations for a sex cult? It doesn't have to be atheist. It doesn't matter, but I'm just curious. If you want to join a healthy cult, join Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. That sounds like a legit thing, actually, though. Yeah. I'm in the Steve Lobster cult, an EKC cult, and something. LOL. Yeah, it's amazing how many people are cult members that don't even know that they are. That's the insidiousness of Aaron's cult. See, my cult, you're a cult, right? You're a cult member for the Atheist Lobster cult meter, right? I mean, you know that you are. But Aaron, you don't know. You don't know. Everybody that ever, if you know what, people that don't even listen to Aaron are in her cult, and she doesn't even know it. They don't know it. That's insidious. She got it going on. See, I need to take lessons from Aaron. She knows this shit. Is it fighting? Is it for fighting, but it's still a cult? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. SOL is American for shit out of luck. Yes. Molly's live on Justin's Fun channel, backup channel. Okay, cool. Okay. I have to ask her one day. I have to ask her if she's ever catered a atheist sex cult. Be cool if she did, though, right? Can you imagine? She's like, yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I'm good at that. We have the best atheist sex cult. Yeah, I just think it's weird. That's kind of the narrative they want to go with. And of course, they're going after people I've had on the past. Oh, Steve supported a rapist. That's a big thing, too. It's like, oh, that hasn't been beat to death like a horse. Yeah, I had a rapist on years ago. So what? People had Michael, what's his name? The fighter. What's his name? Mike Tyson on, right? I mean, and then they're like, oh, well, Steve called him honorable. Yeah, I was talking obviously about, how he did as auditing, which I found out later wasn't the case. So be it. But these are the old canards, right? So Steve's a bad person. He supports rapists. Yeah, I'm a rapist supporter. I'm a rape apologist. Okay, whatever. I don't care. Call me whatever you want. It doesn't matter anymore. I don't care. I do this for fun now. I'm not doing it to promotion. I'm not doing it to get big sponsors. I'm not doing it for any other reason but for me to talk to people. And if people want to listen, that's great. If they don't, that's fine too. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, how many times can you beat a dead horse, right? If that's your content, well, you want to make 1,000 videos about me and how I support rapists, supposedly, knock yourself out. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have an effect on me in real life. So, what's your take on the Ukraine crisis? I do stand by Ukraine. I think Russia has absolutely overstepped multiple times. I think they've done war crimes, and I think that they're getting the shit pounded out of them because they're using very outdated artillery and tanks and getting stomped on hard. Yeah, but I do support Ukraine. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The second rule is we don't talk about it. No. The second rule is we do talk about it. Yes. I'm in a cult, but first you do talk about it. Yeah, talk about it all you want. Who cares, right? I mean, that's the whole point of being a cult, man. If you're going to be in a sex cult, man, you might as well promote it, right? I mean, again, I don't know why they think that's something that's shaming people for being in a sex cult. That's weird. I mean, I thought people were supposed to be sex positive. What happened with that? What happened to sex positivity? If people want to be in a sex cult, let them go be in a sex cult. Knock yourself out. I couldn't care. I'm a libertarian for the most part. I really don't care. If anything, it's it's so funny is people are asking me questions about stuff. It's actually probably made me even cooler. I have a pretty mundane existence for the most part in real life. It's fun, and I go out, I have fun. But thinking about it, being an atheist sex cult leader sounds kind of cool. I don't think this is a bad thing, Crikey, I live in UK, London. Oh, you just doxed yourself. And I knew that actually. Oh, I knew you were from the UK. And some psycho Russians have been talking about nuking us and stopping us supporting. Yeah, well, there's some sick people out there, man, and they're serious too. I mean, look, life is dangerous, and there's dangerous people out there, and there are some sociopathic, psychopathic people out there, and I think the Russians right now are comprised of a lot of them, right? I mean, because I lived through the Cold War, right? I mean, I lived through the whole diving under your desk, the nuclear blast, right? I mean, it was just coming out of the 60s and 70s. So early 70s, they would do these drills when I was in, kindergarten, I guess it was, or first, second, third grade or something. Because I remember doing them, but it wasn't very often. And a lot of times it was mostly for earthquakes more than the nuclear bomb stuff. But it was the same principle. So maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe they're from earthquakes and not bombs. But I'm pretty sure that it was. But not a hill I'm willing to die on that we did. Nuclear testing. Nuclear thing where you dive under your desk for a nuclear bomb. But I definitely remember being familiar with the Russia back in the as late as the 80s because of the all the stuff that was just going on, the Cold War stuff, and Reagan and Gorbachev, and tearing down the wall and all this other stuff. A lot of political stuff going on in Germany. Yeah. Let's see. One sec. But I'm not worried. I'm even older than Steve, and I'll be gone in the first wave. Well, you know what? If you're older than me, it means you're just more experienced. That's all. Oh, we got a new member, Flying Mom, Laura. Thank you. Devoted hole. Devoted hole. Not hoe. I'm sorry. Not devoted hoe. Although that would be perfect for a sex cult, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be an awesome level for a sex cult? Devoted hoe. No, devoted hole. That's funny. That made the stream worth it. Not because you became a member, and I do appreciate that, but the fact that I should have made it devoted hoe. Oh, these are fun. See, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do fun streams. Fuck everybody else. Fun streams. People want to donate. People want to become members. People are entertained. People find it funny. I'm gonna be like that because I enjoy it. I've been so serious for the longest time, letting people fucking do their thing. So that's what I'm gonna let them do their thing. Ignore 99% of it. The funny stuff I'm gonna bring up, like come on, I gotta bring up the atheist sex cult shit. Come on. How can I not? Right? I mean, seriously. I mean, that's just too hilarious. So, my next philosophy topic. I don't know. I just did one with Dr. McGlatchy, right? I did one with McGlatchy and Eric Manning, who is a nice guy. He has Trinity. His show called a channel called Trinity. Really nice guy, and we had a good discussion. So I mean, whenever I find a video that I like, maybe I don't agree with this, and I just kind of want to do a quick take on it. And that particular video that I was reviewing was only 5 minutes from Eric. And I got to the meat of it. But they were like, hey, we'll join. I'm like, oh, cool. I like a panel kind of discussion. I mean, it's fine to have a free form review where you just watch something and you give your thoughts on that, right? But when you also got people that want to join, especially, somebody like, Dr. McGlatchy, who's a PhD in biology, yeah, it's fun because I happen to get along with the guy. I literally went out to lunch with him and his wife, and we had a great time. They're great people. So, and I will tell you, it's funny because a long time ago, I don't know, like 5 years ago, I'm guessing, a lot of people I used to hang with were not fans of McGlatchy, and they were just bashing him left and right. And I didn't know the guy, but I reached out to him on a topic relating to the Gulap pseudogene, if you guys know about whatever that is. Biology stuff. I'm not going to get into it. But anyways, I reached out about reactivation of the Gulap pseudogene by in vitro trying to restore the promoter region. It's trying to restore the transcription of this particular gene that's no longer viable because it's missing some sections. It's some introns is missing, and some it's missing the promoter region. So this is a non-functional pseudogene. And so I reached out to him because he had said that there's somehow reactivating this type of gene. I'm like, well, how would you even do this? Because again, I'm not a biologist, but I like the topic. I was like, I'm interested. How would you begin to do this? Because there's no promoter region to even have transcription. And he said, no, blah, blah, blah. He was telling me, no, I didn't mean like that, blah, blah. And I know you couldn't. It was just kind of like a thought kind of thing. Oh, okay. So anyways, we got talking. And I thought he was a real nice guy. And we've been friends ever since. So the moral of that long little rant was basically not to teach about biology, which I'm not a biologist, but to tell you, when people say people are shitty people, don't believe them by fiat, especially if you find out later that these are shitty people themselves, because they're probably telling you misinformation. So you keep me entertained on Twitter. Appreciate it. Again, I have gone private on Twitter. I'm only going to be using it for. I'm gonna try for a while. Maybe this month, next month, maybe to the end of the year. I don't even know. But I'm going to be just putting out things on Twitter, very short things, response, or when I tweet something out, it's just going to be let people know that I have a stream. That's it. The rest, I'm ignoring all of it. I would delete Twitter if I really wanted to. I just don't care. Twitter is a cesspool. It's all toxic. I'm done with that toxicity. Let them say whatever they want. Let them come up with whatever LARP they want to come up with me. It doesn't matter. I still have the ability to stream like this and just talk, and I'm going to do that. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm just have fun. But if they want to start, making all these streams about me and going back to 1918 on things that I've been discussed a million times, okay, well, that's their content. You guys watch what you want to watch. But I will tell you, the people that are enabling, people that I do not support, people that are on Twitter that are supporting them, they all get blocked. So if you're here, you're not blocked. Congratulations. And that's just, no big deal. You can block whoever the fuck you want to block, right? Blockity block. It doesn't matter. But you know what? Just don't come at me sideways, right? If you come at me and you have a legit question, I'm going to talk to you. But if you come at me sideways, I'm not even going to bother. I'll probably block you right away. I'm not going to ask you or try to go, could you be a little nicer? Could you maybe ask a different way? I'm not going to care if I don't know who you are and you come at me sideways. I'm not going to waste my time. Angel says, we have them, but I don't remember it was for tornadoes or nukes. Well, we don't have tornadoes here very often. They do happen in California, but not very often. Yeah, we have tornadoes here, but not as much as a main part of Tornado Alley. I just live in the tip of Canada. Yeah, well, theoretically, from what I understand, a tornado could happen anywhere, but it happens more often where you have, a hot and cold air kind of mixing over each other. And from what I understand, they kind of go like this, and they start circulating in a horizontal thing. And as it starts going like this horizontal, it picks up speed. As it picks up speed, it goes this way and picks up more speed. Well, actually, the other way around. It starts off this way. Yeah, it starts off this way, right? Well, there's some kind of convection between hot and cold, and then it angular momentum will cause it to go faster and faster and faster until it causes like this, right? Is that like this? This is our new atheist sex cult alert thing, like this. Is that, we're just gonna go like this. You can clip that. Go ahead, but by all means, clip that. Pick up Zach Zabesky's latest book, The Two Greatest Ideas, and let's talk about the propositions she presents. I'm so undecided, and I read it months ago. I'll check it out. I love Linda Zach Zabesky. Her papers are great. I don't know if you ever read Himawaki, her paper on epistemic luck, that any belief first theory, so any knowledge theory that has belief first, where belief is a prerequisite, a necessary but not sufficient condition for knowledge, well, I have some kind of get-a-year problem, have some kind of epistemic luck problem. And I think she makes a very solid case for that. She also denounces reliabilism as well, and which I do as well. I don't accept reliabilism. I think it's a bad way to think of knowledge. But yeah, it's a really good paper. I do tend to what's called justify true belief, but justify true belief with conditions, what's called safety condition. There's sensitivity and there's safety. And safety condition is basically, will the person believe what they believe the next possible world over, given whatever conditions? It's a truth tracking condition is what it is. So I think that JTB with some kind of truth tracking condition is better. There's no perfect theory of knowledge, but I certainly don't hold to like a staunch theory of knowledge where you have to have certainty. Some people do. It's not as prevalent as it used to be. You have to have certainty or certitude where you have the inability to doubt. But How did we get onto this, Kimamaki? I was having a fun night. You're talking about philosophy. Nobody gives a shit about this. If you grew up in Canadian Shield, the warnings were usually regarding earthquakes. Yeah, no, I mean, I live in California, man. We got a lot of earthquakes. There's no question about that. But I do remember we had to watch movies about the nukes. I think every student has eventually at some point in time watched a movie on the nuclear bomb, the Holocaust, and winter, and all this other stuff it can do. And there was one video that somebody had posted in a group. Okay, so a long time ago, it's story time. You like stories. A long time ago, I used to live near Burbank in a little city called Winnetka, and I went to a school in Winnetka. And one of the people that went to school in Winnetka was a guy that played Oliver from the Brady Bunch. His real name is Christopher. What was his name? Jesus Christ. What's his name? Been so long. What's his name? Christopher. No, I'm sorry, Robbie Wrist. That's his name, Robbie Wrist. So Robbie Wrist went to my school, and I didn't know the guy. I mean, the kid. He was friends with my neighbors. There was a whole bunch of girls that used to be my neighbors, and he was friends with them. And I didn't know him, but he was in a group that I was in not too long ago, about a year or two ago, and he had posted a video that we had supposedly watched in school about not what was it? There's like not paying attention when you're riding a bike. And this was like brutal. It was like little Jimmy rides his bike down the street, blissfully unaware of the semi-truck that's coming 90 miles an hour towards his direction at the intersection. Little Jimmy entering the intersection without looking both ways is no longer little Jimmy. It was like that kind of stuff. It was bizarre. I was like, holy crap. I go, it's like, does anybody remember watching this? And I'm like, no, but damn, that was harsh. It was really harsh. And anybody knows what it was, because I can't find it anymore. But if anybody's ever watched a thing in school where it's about bike safety, and these kids are like flying through the air or something like that, it was dark. It was really dark. But I'd much rather hear about philosophy than any trolls or bad faith action. Yeah, I get you. No, hey, look, to each his own, right? I'm a variety thing. I do all kinds of stuff. Little Miss Betty Page, hi. How are you been? How are you? Oh, it's been a long while since you've been around. Well, it hasn't been that long, but I like to be appreciative of people, especially my mods. You guys, nobody ever saw that. I wish I could find the name of that movie. But is this exactly kind of what it was? I mean, I'm being a little hyperbolic. I got a hair on me. Jeez. I'm being a little hyperbolic, but basically, little Jimmy, flies through the air, poor little Jimmy. Nobody knows what I'm talking about. That's okay. Kimawaki and I live in flat Manitoba. Doxing yourself. Closest, which you can do. Closest earthquakes to us are the man-made by mining potash in Saskatchewan, which they do. Yeah, mining a lot of that stuff in coal and things of that nature can lead to seismic activity, obviously, because it affects the geology of the area. These are usually 2, but I believe there's 3.4. Yeah, we get. Oh man, see where I'm at. I don't even get out of bed for anything less than a 5. Don't even bother. We have 3.4s, 3.5s, 4s all the freaking time. Like literally 2 and 3s are just a daily event where I'm at. So Zebulon, Steve is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Ain't that the truth? Right. But that's good. I think you have to reinvent yourself every so often and just say you just don't give a shit. Right. I mean, I just don't give a shit. I just don't. I mean, I give a shit about people that care about me, and I care about people that give a shit about. Right. I mean, it's just, I give what I get. That's it. Give what I get. If you're cool and you want to have a conversation, you want to talk about philosophy, you want to talk about science, you want to talk about anything you want to talk about, we'll have a discussion. If you're an asshole, you're done. Come at you sideways, you're done. You threaten me, you're done. There's no discussion about that. Because I literally believe this. If you've got a place to stay, I deal with people all the time on the streets that are just homeless, drug addicted, look like they're death warmed over, missing teeth, non-hygienic, probably haven't had a shower in 2 years, violent, have psychopathy. I mean, I deal with a lot of this. And I got to tell you, it's made me reevaluate things a lot. I'm being sincere. I really am being sincere. Not that I'm not usually. People are like, oh, see, Steve always lies. But when he tells you he's being sincere, yeah, whatever. But it made me reevaluate things. I love where I'm at right now in life. I really do. I really actually love where I'm at. Everything worked out quite well for me. I'm happy. I'm in a great place. I enjoy what I do. I have food galore, which sucks in a way because, my last month I went off my diet, people know, and I was just eating whatever the hell I wanted because I was like, man, I'm just going to comfort food, right? Oh yeah, I'm going to have that double animal style. God, they're so good. Oh, God, let me tell you, if you're not an American and you've never had a double animal style or 4x, it was actually the last one I was a 4x4. It wasn't even a double. I had actually gone and I got a 4x4. It's off menu. And I went to In-N-Out and I got a 4x4 animal style. That is the quintessential, the best hamburger, bar none, of all time. With maybe only one minor exception. I've had a Royal Robin from Red Robin that was really, really, really amazingly good. Called a Royal Robin, had a little quail egg, and I was like, this is delicious. Portobello mushroom, I think I had on it or something. But for like fast food takeout, you cannot beat a 4x4 animal style. 1,000+ calories one sitting, but it's so good. But anyways, I got tons of food. We're stocking up in case anything happens, because we do think that California is on the verge of some massive crap. So we try to stock up. But yeah, I'm happy. Oh, thank you, Little Bit Spitty Pitch. It's obvious you're much happier with yourself, and it really shows. Thank you. I hope it does. I really don't know. I mean, you. Here's the thing. I don't think you can fake happiness like that. I think people put on a front, and I think we've all done this. Anybody who's ever been down, and people know that I did have depression last year. It's come out, big deal. It's nothing to be ashamed of. But I guess last year I had depression, pretty bad actually. I had to contact the VA, literally call them an emergency line. People can run with that. Do it as you will. If you want to mock people that need help, go for it. I don't care. But yeah, people that close to me knew this. I had talked to very specific people about it. And yes, they weaponized it. Go figure. But whatever. But yeah, my brother suffered from depression all his life. A lot of people may not know this, but yes, I had a half brother. He suffered from depression all his life. He was always on, all the latest medications. He lived to his 50. He died of colon cancer. They removed 6 inches of colon from him, and then it metastasized to his lymph nodes and to his lungs. And I think they died of lung cancer, if I'm not mistaken, because the colon metastasized to lungs. But it doesn't matter. However he died of colon cancer. I think it was colon cancer, but it may have metastasized lungs, become lung cancer. So whatever was on the report, I don't remember. But anyways, he did die of cancer. But he always said depression. So that's something that you have to be cognizant of. You have to be aware that you might have a propensity to it given certain things. And last year was a shitty year. I didn't like where I was living. I had moved out from the place I had lived for 7 years, for people that I trusted, explicitly. I was living in a town that I did not know, that I didn't like, paying an exorbitant amount of money for rent, exorbitant amount, like 3 times what I'm paying now. And it was hell. I had a 45-minute commute to work, 8 or 9 hour day, 45-minute commute back. People are like, oh, get a job. I was working last year. People may not know this, but I was working last year during the season. I was working a lot. Right. And so people don't know me like they think they know me. I mean, the people that know me are the ones that actually have conversations with me. But yes, I was working last year, and it still was very tough. I still was it was very difficult. But long story short, I think that people in those positions do put it on a front because they have no choice, right? You don't know what internalizations people have and what they go through. This is why maybe I try to be, a little bit empathetic for people that deserve empathy. But the people that are just shitty people, I have a hard time having any empathy for them. I really do. But I think the true happiness, you can't just fake that, right? So I hope that it comes across that, yes, I really am happy. I swear to you. I mean, it's just at least much better than I was. Let's put it that way. Much happier than I was. Need prepping ideas. I'm your gal. Well, I got okay. So we don't prepper like that, but I mean, we got canned goods. I got 24 pack of bottled water thing here, like literally sitting right here. But the problem is I found this out. Let me miss Pity Page. Bottled water, plastic bottled water, typically only has a shelf life of about 2 years because of the plastic leak in, from what I understand, right? So I've got right here, I've got this whole thing of drinking water. What is this called? Purified drinking water. It's a 24 pack. It's sitting right here because I use it to put stuff on. But I'm probably going to end up using it because I've had it for like a year and it's just might as well use it up. But yeah, so I've got bottled water. We have bottled water. We've got pastas, lots of pasta, grains, rice, jasmine rice, long rice, lots of beans. I do like beans, black beans, brown beans, garbanzo beans, kidney beans, but I don't eat those. They're not for me. I mean, it's not a fan of kidney beans. Let's see what else we got. We got obviously some ramen. You cannot prep if you don't have ramen. I got the good ramen. You guys want to see the ramen I've got? Let me show you. I got the good ramen. Check this out. This is. You guys ever seen gourmet ramen? And I got it cheap. I got it really cheap. I bought it closeout because I'm frugal as shit, right? So I got them $5 for $1. $5 for $1. That's not bad, right? $5 for $1. So these are gourmet, basically. I call them gourmet. They're not, right? But the original flavor fried noodles, like the legit stuff you get from like Thai or something like that. They're good. They're good. You know, people like for years, like Steve likes lobster rolls. Yeah, I do. Fuck off. Okay. Yes, I like lobster rolls. I'm proud of it. They're good. But these, now this will be your new thing, man. Move on from the lobster rolls. Take these things. Steven Noodles. Go for it. These things, they got 5 flavor packets in there. They have this like sesame sauce. They've got a soy oil, and they have a mild hot sauce, like almost like a sriracha or something. And then they got seasoning packet and fried onions. All right. Delicious. I'm a huge fan of these. Yes. So sponsor me. So yes, if you want to say, hey, look, Steve's so cheap, he lives on noodles. No, I don't eat that very often. I've been making fried chicken. I've been making dishes. It's just when I want something really quick, I'll eat one of these. I don't have them very often. And they're just basically in the back because again, I wanted to save them because we need them from something, right? And then I had one up here. But no, I've been eating real great. I have salads. I have a lot of lettuce and cheese and carrots, onions. Like the day I made an amazing omelet with a French omelet. If you guys know how to make a French omelet, so I made a French omelet with diced onions in it, and with the mild cheddar cheese on top. That is so good. You guys have you made a French omelet? It's like a regular omelet, but it's a little bit thinner, and it's how you fold it, and then you can put like cream cheese on top or something, or anything you want, strawberry filling. You see my kitchen. Okay, I have 50 packets of ramen. Yeah, no, it's a staple, right? Look, everybody likes ramen. But they were clearance. They were like $5 for $1, and I must have bought like 10 of them at the time or something. So they're all back there. Yep, definitely. There you go. Noodles. Yeah. My municipal tap water is tested at least 10 times a day. Canadian bottled water doesn't legally need to be tested more than once every 2 years. Yeah, look, our municipal tap water here is probably the best I've ever had in a long while. Seriously, I think our tap water is great, which is unusual because the last place I was at, tap water not so much. And then I lived for a while, a long time ago, where they had a well water. I don't know if you ever had well water. This particular well water tastes like death. It was so god awful. So god awful. So yeah, I won't drink well water, but the tap water here is really good and it's tested. If you never need to, you can get a stick. I don't know if you've ever done any kind of testing, but they have these sticks, and each there's a small little color on the stick, and it'll test for like pH. It'll test for lead. It'll test for nitrates, I think. It'll test chlorine level. It'll test all the different things, right? And so you take the stick, you put it in there, you pull it out, and then you can look at the different colors, and you can say, okay, this is a pH of neutral, it's neutral, or it's acidic, or it's base. But the big thing on that you want to test for is lead. If it's a dark color and it has like more than three parts per billionth or millionth or something like that, and it's not safe to drink. I don't remember the limit. When I used to do water testing, and I had to do water testing for the military, what we tested for was total dissolved solids, called TDS. We had to check chlorine was a big thing, right? Because what we would do is we would take sodium hydroxide, and sodium hydroxide is an active ingredient in bleach. and we would say, okay, how much water do we have in the tank? How much concentration do we want to have of sodium hydroxide that'll kill off the microorganisms, right? The fungus, the bacteria. It basically purifies. The same reason why you take a drop of bleach and put it in a gallon of water. That's how you purify the water. It doesn't take much, a drop or two, no more than that. You don't put a cup of bleach in water. Don't do that. No, it's not even a capful. It's like literally 1 or 2 drops. It's that potent. Bleach is an oxidizer. It kills things really, really well. And so we would have a mixing thing. We would take have a little spigot. We would get the water. We would test it and say, okay, I'm at this much salinity. And what we use is a chemical called silver nitrate to do that. Yeah, I had to take water chemistry. I know, really, right? I wasn't expecting to talk about this. But silver nitrate, you turn this cloudy color called a turbidity test. And also, if you got it on your skin, it reacted with the salt in your skin. You can always tell the people that had been doing water testing because we all had black all over our hands. And what that blackness was the silver nitrate reacting with the salt on your hand. So yeah, it's called sodium hypochlorite. Yeah, I'm thinking about, one of these days I might shave it all off. I mean, what do you guys think? Should I go pure bald? I mean, I don't know. I mean, the people I hang out with, they like it. I don't have any real complaints in real life. I've been doing okay. It's got a little puffiness right here, but I've just, like I said, I just took a nap. So, and I don't care how I look when I go on air. I'm not Katie Joy. I'm not sitting there. I'm not going to put on makeup or anything. I don't care how I look when I go on. I want people to be entertained by the content, by what do I have to say, by how I look. I'm not here to impress anybody looks wise. Don't be starting that comedy channel. No. We don't do that. That's how rumors get started. And I don't, rumors could be fine on other channels, but don't start them here. Today I learned sodium hydroxide and bleach slows down decomposition of sodium chloride. Yeah, decomposition of sodium chloride. Here's a fun fact you can look up at Frida. So there's a chemical called potassium chloride, right? It's similar to sodium hypochlorite. Sorry, but if you look up potassium chloride, if you take sodium chloride and you mix it with bleach, it reduces it down to potassium hypochlorate. And sodium hypochlorate has some really cool chemical stuff you can do with it. I can't discuss too much what it is because it would probably get me taken off YouTube. So I'm not going to go into that aspect of sodium hypochlorate. But one things you can talk about is that sodium hypochlorate will react violently with sugar. So if you take sodium hypochloride, mix it with bleach, distill it, filter it out, so you get sodium hypochlorate, and you put a gummy bear in the test tube. Go somebody right now, go to YouTube, find a video, potassium chlorate gummy bear. It's a violent reaction because it's exothermic, produces a lot of energy because it's oxidizing really, really fast, and sugar has a lot of hydrogen and oxygen molecules, and all go moving together, and it just goes really, really. It's not explosive, but it's very, very volatile because it happens very, very fast, and so it heats up very, very fast. You get this flame that's shooting out of this, right? Has anybody ever seen that? Like legit? Has anybody ever seen it? Nobody? Nobody's seen that kind of chemical reaction? There's another one that's a cool chemical reaction called devil's toothpaste. Yeah, it's the fun things we talk about on my channel, right? See, this is what I like. Just hanging out, talking about random shit that nobody wouldn't talk about, right? Because we don't talk about this stuff very often. So let's talk about random shit. No, elephant toothpaste is a little bit different. Miss Petty Page elephant toothpaste is a little bit different. It's similar, but elephant toothpaste has from what I understand, they kind of hide the reaction for that. But elephant toothpaste is a reaction where you have the whole mess of stuff coming up. It's like those snakes. Remember the snakes that used to get? They're black snakes, and you would burn them, and they would oxidize, and you'd see black snakes coming out of that. Same thing. Or another thing that would produce a very similar reaction are these pills that have, I think they're glutamate or what's the name of the pills? I'm going to say potassium glutamate, but don't quote me on that. I'm not a chemist. I had to take chemistry, but I don't remember. But I think potassium glutamate pills, and there's a video of them putting like all these pills, these pills on a hot burner, like a stove, and turning it on. and it starts oxidizing and starts producing a chemical reaction, and all of them just start like tendrils. It's like this massive beast of tendrils that are coming out of it. It's totally awesome, you know. You should do a dedicated stream about cool chemical reactions, land, and fuck up this drama story. Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, I don't know how long it's been since Landed in chemistry. If I do a chemistry stream, I'll do it probably with GeoStreamer, right? GeoStreamer is working on his PhD in chemistry, so I think GeoStreamer would be really cool to do chemistry stuff with. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I might set things up. Maybe I might, I may. What do you guys think? Should I put a blackboard here and maybe like do stuff on the board, or have a little table here and do experiments? I mean, what do you guys want to see? Again, I'm up for anything. I don't care. I'm reinventing the wheel. I'm kind of reinventing myself because I don't care what happens online anymore. It doesn't matter. If people want to follow, they want to follow. If they want to become members, they want to become members. They want to become patrons, fine. They want to super chat, fine. And if they don't, they're still being entertained. Because you know what? Life is too short, man. I mean, another one of my friends just passed away not long ago, and it's sad. This guy was a smart dude. The guy had a master's in electrical engineering. I don't think he had his PhD, but he was definitely on that level. Smart guy. What a waste. I've had a lot of people die in my life, a lot of death, and I'm sure that other people have as well. And it gets you thinking. You know, I'm 52. I mean, I could go tomorrow, man, or I can go, 10, 20. My parents were my dad he died old, and my mom is still living and she's 92. So I don't expect to go out anytime soon. Sorry, haters. But life is short, and you might as well enjoy it, because look, if you spend all your time dealing with fuckery, then you're not enjoying your life. And I have no interest in dealing with fuckery any longer, because it's the internet. Who cares? My in real life people, they don't give a flying fuck. It doesn't affect me. There's nothing they can do in real life, because I just don't give a shit. Let them. And what I want you all to recognize is when they do that, they're the problem. I don't talk about these people. I don't talk about any of them. And I certainly don't go after them. I don't give a flying fuck. So when you see them attacking people that wanted to have nothing to do with them, you know who the aggressor is, right? You know that they're the ones that are just not able to walk away and using your name for clout. And people say, well, you use Molly Golightly as a Michelle name. Whatever, only because this was about her. That's it. That's, who cares? Because this originally was about Molly Golightly and Michelle, because I wanted to get name recognition there, because people were making fake accounts against me, right? I wanted that out there. So sure. Yeah. Little Miss Bay says, I'm screwed. My dad died when he was 42. My mom died when she was 52. That's young. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's really young. And again, I'm 52, so I get it, right? I do get it, and my heart goes out to you. It really does. And hopefully you can break that cycle. Haven't seen GeoStreamer lately. Very good. He talked to me not too long ago. See, the problem he's like in Germany. We're in completely different time zones. Every time GeoStreamer messages me, it's like 3 or 4 o'clock my time or something in the morning. It's like ridiculous. Like most natural things, high levels of turbidity in water lake can be hurt some type of marine, while the most essential for the survival of the aquatic life. Yeah. Well, you mean salinity levels. Yeah. Turbidity, the turbidity, salinity levels. Yeah. Again, the same reason why if you have freshwater lake and you introduce saltwater fish, they won't survive, and vice versa. Oh, I don't know if this is real or not, so that's fine. Yeah, if you do what you got to do, you have carte blanche to block whoever you think, because again, I don't know the reals from the fakes anymore. They're making fake accounts. Yeah, I think that was probably a fake one, because yeah, it's irrelevant. But see, people are making fake accounts. It's weird. It's like they made a fake Jesse comedy TCAP channel. They made a fake me. They made a fake Michelle. They made a fake Wolf. They made a fake Alice. According to them, I haven't verified that, but that's what they told me. So yeah, a lot of people making fake accounts. So I don't know how to verify that if it's me. If you see, you can't normally. There was a mod that allowed you to go to the channel to see if it's the original channel. It no longer works. Although I thought I got it to work not too long ago, so maybe I'll check it into again. But if you see me in a live chat, and it's anything other than what you would normally sound like, it's not me. It's not me. I'll let people know when I'm in a live chat. I'll let you know in some capacity. You'll know that it's me. Ask me a question about nuclear stuff, and ask me a resonant escape probability was, or fast fission factor, or thermal utilization factor, or K effective or something, right? Maybe along those lines. Even though I may not get the fraction exactly right, I'll at least have an understanding of what the fraction is for delayed neutron precursors or something. I don't know. But yeah, a lot of people are making fake accounts because, yeah, see, that when the messages that person had that named Jesse, that makes no sense to me. And so that was a fake account. Yeah, that was definitely a fake account. So good call on that, by the way. Good call. That was not that channel account. The internet is pretend, it's fantasy. In real life, we see people in a way that's proving conspiracy theories with a virtual life. We are a computer simulation. Yeah, to some degree, yeah. Look, they use that to their advantage, right? They realize that the internet is an alternate game. It's an alternate reality game. It's completely different. And they will go after you. They go after me. They go after people that I care about. They're just incessant about it. They're going to continue, and it's going to get worse. But the best way to avoid it is just to avoid it. Not talk about it, not confront it, mock it, and then do your own thing in real life. Because that's all you can do. Live your life and be happy and ignore the people shitting on you, because that's all they're fucking going to do. And that was good advice from Molly the other night too. She basically was saying the same thing. You're always going to have haters. You're always going to have people after you. You're always going to have people spreading rumors about you if you're public. Not a public figure, but public. Okay. That's part of the internet. You have to accept that when you put things out on the internet, you're going to have people that are not going to agree. You're going to have people that are sociopaths. They're going to latch on. You're going to have people that go after you and they make video after video after video after video. Okay. You know what? All it does is solidify the people that know me, because they know bullshit. And the rest of them, I don't know these people. If I get some random no-name person who has an account they made last 2 days messaging me or leave a comment, yeah, I'm not going to give them much of my time, obviously, right? Just sad that twats are obsessed with you. Is it though? Is it? You know what? I've actually thought about this. The fact that they're so obsessed about me, to me, means I'm making a difference. It means that for some reason they feel that I'm important enough over everybody else to give their attention to. That I am important, right? Oh, that must feed into Steve's narcissism. Great. I'm a big old narcissist for being appreciative that people are spending their time thinking about me 24 hours a day. Okay, cool. I'll be a narcissist. I'll be anything you want me to be at this point. I don't care. You name it, fine, whatever. You just don't care. I mean, seriously, you just don't care. I know the truth. People know the truth, and it's so funny because people in my real life that I've had these conversations with who keep asking me, "How the fuck do you keep finding these people?" I'm like, they find me. But they're like, but that's, I told one of the people who just recently found another job, but I was telling them, yeah, I'm an atheist sex cult leader. And they're like, what? I'm like, no, seriously, I'm an atheist sex cult leader, according to certain people on the internet. And they're like, she's like, really? That's some fucked up shit. She's like, well, and we actually ended up talking about it. So it was actually pretty cool. So yeah. I don't know why that has to be a bad thing, but I think you're right, Shillin Angel, that, yes, the internet to some degree is pretend. I try to be as exactly how I am in real life. I'm probably a little more outgoing on camera than I am in real life for the most part. Depends on where I'm at. But I definitely probably not as loquacious as I am online. I talk a lot when I have these little rants like this. So. I don't know what I have nothing to do with the fuzzy community. Fuzzy. Sorry. I have nothing to do with the fuzzies. So. Absolutely neutral, not an ally, not a non-ally. I'm just a nothing to them. It's not. I have fly your freak flag, man. If you fuzzy, go for it. I couldn't care less. Do your thing, man. Kimawaki, I'm sort of leaning toward the idea that the use of the internet has changed the way I read and retain information. I think attention span is diminished. Well, yeah, no, that's a good point, man. That's something else that's been going on. I'll be straight. My attention span, my cognitive abilities have not been peak lately. Okay, they're just not. I don't want to waste my time researching things or reading things and spending time on the internet wasted. I usually have people that know me have ever been to hang out with me or anything like that. I have a lot of tabs open, right? And I read a lot of stuff. So, I might have this open on this topic. I might have this open on this topic. I use my memory effectively. But I don't read a lot at one time. I can only make it through a paragraph or two. I just don't have the wherewithal to do it. And so what I do read, the time that I do spend online, I want it to be productive. I want it to be something that I'm getting something out of. I'm being edified. I'm learning something that I have an interest in, right? And I don't retain things as much as I used to, but I think that happens when you get older, right? I think even scientists have suggested or have said that as you get older, the brain makes less connections. It shrinks. You don't have the same amount of capacity to learn as you are in your formative years, right? Between, like 13 to 25, I think they say something along those lines. Which it makes sense to me because those are my peak years. Look, I was pretty smart back in those days. I don't know what the hell happened, but yeah, I think as you get older, your life changes a lot how you look at things. And being over 50 now, my life changed. I definitely look at things a lot different. Definitely. And maybe that's advantageous. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But I can definitely say that I've noticed the changes here. This is almost a year that I moved. I moved back in January. Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. So I don't know how to inoculate myself from shitty people any more than I actually have until this month. I'm doing my damnedest to inoculate any negativity. Like I said, I've talked to some of my in real life friends and some online friends that I care about immensely. I've come to this conclusion, at least until indefinitely, this month, next month, end of the year, next year, who knows? It's open ended. Just no negativity. If somebody comes in and they're negative, they're gone. If they leave a negative comment, they're gone. And I don't mean by like disagreement, right? If they say I think you're wrong, let me tell you why. Cool. If they say you're wrong, you're a shithead, I'm not going to get much of my time. I may or may not leave it up. But you start, making up shit about me that's not true. That's just, you're done, right? Zebulon, I'm trying to understand the duality of light. Is one wave, one photon in thickness? I don't know what that means. Photons are really kind of dimensionless when it comes to that. They don't take up any. No, I guess they have a wave packet. With a wave packet will take up some dimensions, right? So the Planck length, isn't it? But the duality of light is just basically how you observe it. I mean, if you remember the twin slit experiment, when they fired the photons through both slits, it produced interference patterns, which means that it has the properties of waves, because only waves will have interference when you have deconstructive and constructive interference. And then when they fired the photons individually through it, like one at a time, it didn't have individual points of randomness. It had individual points that over a period of time formed these interference patterns, which cannot happen if they're a particle. Particles don't have interference patterns. That's the particle wave duality. Why does it exhibit particle? Why do they both have properties of a wave and of a particle called a wavicle? Betty Pays, you have a roof over your head, food in your belly, and good friends. And thank you. It's a hierarchy. If you guys know the Maslow hierarchy of needs, the base of the Maslow hierarchy of needs is basically those things right there, right? Shelter, clothing, food. I got a lot of clothing. I've been stocking up. I've been getting some cool shit. Clearance stuff, of course. I buy cheap, but they're nice. But I got some new clothes. I got, I've been buying, people know that I'm frugal, but I got my new necklace, and people saw that. I've been wearing that lately. I love this necklace. I love Ghost. This was only $13. And you know what? It's probably the only thing I bought for myself in a very, very long time. But I bought it for me. No other reason, but I wanted it. I don't ever buy shit for myself that I want, ever. I don't. I go out somewhere. I spend it on food. I took my friend out for sushi. We had a great time, really great time. I like sushi. One of the best dates I ever had, actually. I figure about it. But anyways, yeah, I took a friend out for sushi. But other than that, I don't buy myself shit. I just don't, because I'm not a materialistic person. But this simple little thing made me very happy. I don't know why. It's an upside down cross, but it's not. It's actually a G and a C. It stands for ghost, right? Or could we look at this right as cross, right? So you know what? I think that if you don't appreciate the little things, you're not living your life as well as you should. And it's so, you want to see something funny? Believe it or not, on my keychain, I actually have an actual cross. Believe it or not. Look at that. This is my keychain. It has an actual cross on it. So when people say that I'm against Christians, I'm not. I don't give a shit. This was given to me, and I out of respect, I carry it because it was given to me. It meant a lot to me. You know, how weird is that? People don't know me as well they think they do, right? Yeah, I mean, I haven't. It even says in there, Jesus saves. This is an actual cross. What does that say? Jesus, can you read that? Get it to the camera. There you go. Jesus saves. So when anybody says I'm against Christians, fuck off. I'll carry it because it's given to me. I don't. Why would I not? You know, it's a respect thing. You saw Ghost Live? Shut up. Oh, I hate you now. I'm envious. I must spend my rest of my life dedicated to destroying your very existence because you saw Ghost and I haven't. It's okay. I visited a concert. The last concert I went to was Rush Power Window Tours in 1984. Before that was Nazareth at a little place in LA. But yeah, I heard Ghost puts on a hell of a show. You know? You're not far from the kingdom. Is this good enough? Is this good enough to get me in? What about the Christians don't have the cross? Right? I mean, only certain Christians have the cross, but is this like the key to the door to heaven? Yo, I'm coming. Is turn the lock, you know? Because I mean, all these other keys, these are like keys to my front door, key to the mailbox, and then you know, this is I have the key to salvation right here. Oh wait, I don't want to do it upside down. It wasn't meant to be upside doan. It's really not. I don't. But so an actual cross. That's how it's actually is. So maybe I should start a ministry. Would that be cool? Would you guys be down if I started a ministry? I know we were going to do that with Non Sequitur Show, but I mean more of an agnostic ministry or something like that. The Church of the Unknown. We'll call it that. The Church of the Unknown God. But it actually comes from Gnosticism, right? Because the unknown God was who Jesus was talking about in the Gnostic tradition, saying that the God Yaldabaoth who created this world, the material world, wasn't the real God. He was a false God, and the God of the heavens was the real God, which they didn't have a name for it, so they called him the unknown God. It wasn't Yahweh. Yahweh was synonymous with Yaldabaoth. St. Paul did that already. Well, yeah, but he'd long gone, man. He'd long gone. I must have my own religion, my own church. Isn't that how you make money? From what I understand, on Scientology, didn't what's his name from Scientology say the best way to make money is to start your own religion, right? The Mind Unleashed puts out an article saying there may be a new way of laying one to rest by basically cryo-freezing the body and shattering the body somewhat like cremation, like more. I don't. Whatever, man. I don't know. After I'm gone, I don't care what they do with it. Catabunga, he's not against Christians because he has a cross in his keychain, guys. Yep. I'm not saying Steve's against Christians, but that reason is hilarious. Well, of course it is. It's supposed to be. I'm glad you see the humor in it, actually. Of course it is, right? I mean, it's supposed to be funny, right? Because, again, people know what the fuck they're talking about. But I am serious in the fact that, look, I carry a cross and I don't care, right? It's not meant to, it literally was given to me by somebody, okay? So, I mean, clearly, if I was against Christians, if I hated Christians, I mean, why would I carry a cross? So there is some truth to it, but it's supposed to be, you know, a bit hilarious as well. Is it funny? So, maybe the keychain cross will get you across the finish line with the Pascal's wager, side wager. Always the bet trifecta, not the exacta. There you go. Side betting, right? Side betting, off betting. You know, you want to do you don't want to go for the exacta because your odds are less, right? So you want to go for a trifecta where you at least have a better chance of what you win less but better odds. right? Is that how that works? I don't do off-track betting. I had friends that did, but I don't think I've ever laid an off-track bet before. I've never bet on the horses or ponies or anything like that. I don't gamble. I went once to the casino this year only because that one girl had said let's go to the casino. Played a little blackjack, but that was the only time I've been in the casino in probably 10 years, and I don't really ever want to go back. I just don't gamble. I like Texas Hold'em, but I'm not a big gambler. Angel, I'm not going to join a church. It makes me nervous. I'd rather believe in a great power, but I just don't trust churches. Besides, I'm already part of two cults. Yeah, you're spreading yourself thin, because and there might be a new cult. Nikki might have a cult. Yeah, she might take her own cult over. I don't know. We'll see. But you get around, yeah. That's great. I'd love to see a non-sex show on Gnosticism. Me too, if I can find somebody that knows about it, that wants to come in and talk about it, because I don't have the knowledge level to discuss that in any kind of great detail. I don't know who you can have as a guest. Answers and Reason, Religious for Breakfast, or Bart Ehrman spring to mind. Maybe. I don't know. Did Bart Ehrman, is he really get into Gnosticism? I never talked to Bart. I mean, Bart knows of me, I'm sure, but we've never had a conversation. Answers and Reasons, I love, obviously. I mean, those guys are great. Trolley Dave and Joe. No, that's not what it is. That's not the same thing. That's not even a fair comparison. And that's so funny because, people talk about that. Yet they don't realize that, people that are racist tend not to associate with people that they don't like. I mean, my roommate's black. I mean, that doesn't mean I can't be racist. Of course I could, right? But she knows damn well I'm not, because she lived with me 15 years, right? But these are things anybody can throw around. Oh, you're racist. You're a homophobe. You're a bigot. And she's bisexual too. So, I mean, she checks all the boxes. But it's supposed to be the humor, right? Do you see the humor? It's supposed to be funny. Laney says, Limus, I like that idea. Personally, I like to send somewhere. I like to be sent somewhere out of the galaxy, but a garden will do. Yeah. Look, I used to like gardening too. Again, let's have sharing time. I used to raise zucchini and summer squash. Who knew that about me? Did any of you ever know that about me? Nope, probably not. Yes. I did have a garden. Yeah. One sec. I used to raise summer squash and zucchini, and I loved it. I used to get my hands dirty. I wanted to raise like tomatoes and onions, but never got into that. But yeah, I do like gardening. I think gardening is great. I've been to a casino once, turned 5 pounds into 1,000 pounds. Congratulations. Boy, I wouldn't have that kind of luck. So I would never go again, as I don't want to ruin my winning streak. Yeah, no, take the winnings and run. Run. Never look back. Yep. If you went in with 5 and you left with 1,000, don't go back, because all you're going to be doing is giving back their investment. Yeah, don't do it. You're done. Good. You came out ahead. Stay that way. That's my advice. Yes, we cannot forget our sister Nikki. Absolutely not. Who the fuck can forget Nikki, right? Right? We love Nikki. Yeah. Yes. But if she starts her own cult, then we're gonna be a little competitive. But more debate. I prayed for an atheist I know that was in the hospital some time ago and told him he replied he's offensive. You mean he's offended? I think you mean he's offended. First of all, I don't care if somebody prays about me. I don't take it offensively. It doesn't bother me. I usually say if it makes you happy and you think that it might have some productivity, do what you do. Go with God that may or may not exist. As the Reed would say, do what thou wilt, if at least to bring no harm to others. All right? I hear food. She got my food. I made eggs when I got home. They were good with onion, yeah, and cheese. I've been looking for it all day too. I'm like, oh man, I'm gonna make a little French crepe thingy here. Anyways, oh sorry, English is my first language. I'm from. Oh, no problem. No more. Yeah, no. Hey, look, all inclusive here. But yeah, I don't care if somebody prays. Yeah, want to pray for me? Pray for me. Whatever. Like Ricky Gervais said, if people want to pray for his mother cancer, thank you very much. Just don't cancel the chemotherapy. Let's do that as well. Yeah, no, I'm not a big fan of Ricky, but I agree with that as well. If it makes them comfort I mean, do you guys remember back on the Non Sequitur show, there was a shitty dude named Godless Engineer. Remember that shitty guy? And basically, the topic came up if somebody was dying. Remember, we used to talk about all kind of controversial shit, right? So if somebody was dying and they asked you, would you stay and pray with them as they passed? And his answer was no. And I'm like, you're a shitty fucking human being. You're a shitty fucking human being. At that point, why would it matter? Who is it you're making a big moral statement to? If it gives the person comfort, I'll get down my knees and pray to Jesus as much as you want if it gave that person comfort passing. Because if you actually don't believe there's a God, and you actually don't believe that Jesus is the Son of God, then it has absolutely no effect to you, but a major effect with the person passing. It's giving them comfort. Now, you can run the argument, well, they'll be dead anyways. What does it matter? But you know what? You're a piece of shit, okay? You're a piece of shit if that's your philosophy. That's just how I'm looking at it. You can look at it different. So what? But to me, I'm going to pray with the person as, at least, go through the motions, right? I'm not going to sit there and literally pray to some being that I don't exist. That would be a performance contradiction. But I'll bow my head. I'll sit with them. I'll give them comfort. So I just remember G's ukulele. I'm happier that way. Yeah, right? That's about the only thing that was any kind of interest. You got it, Steve. Yeah, I mean, again, I'm so tired of shitty fucking people that all they want to do is harm others. Shitty fucking people that will spend their entire life going after people. Shitty fucking people that just want to attack, never uplift anybody, never help anybody out, never lend a helping hand. Those are the people I'm going to avoid from now on. And I mean literally avoid. Just altogether. I mean, again, talking to people I'm talking to before, they're like, look, as long as you have any kind of negativity around, you're not going to be the place you want to be completely. And I agree with that. So I'm just excising all of it. I'm excising all the negativity. Anytime I do bring up, it's going to be in a mockery. That's it. But that's it. I'm blocking all the rest. I'm not talking about them. They can say whatever they want, and I'll be like, believe what you want. I'm done. The only thing that I want people to believe is that I'm an atheist sex cult leader because that's kind of cool. Shut up. Hey, I know where you live.
We live together.
Well, how do you think I know? I'm not talking. You guys can't hear, I don't think, but she's like, we live together. I'm like, yeah, well, that's how I know where you live. I gotta tell you, but this is why my life is going good. I got somebody that I really do love and care about, and she's amazing. We have fun. Yeah. How was your day at work?
We had too much fun.
Yeah, we had too much fun.
It was okay.
Her life is more. What's so funny is her real life is like my online life, right? Your life is complicated.
You're just a couple years older than me. I got 2 women following me.
She got 2 women. She likes more women, I guess, more than men. Whatever. But I mean, she has girls like all the time hitting on her. It's adorable. Be a fucking loving human being. Exactly. If you're a douche canoe kind of person, if you're a douche canoe banana kind of person, and all you want to do is just shit on people for the rest of your life and to troll people and mock people for their infirmities, mock them for their mental unwellness, mock them for their situational life. Yeah, you can do that. You have every right to do that. Welcome to society. But you know what? Nobody's going to ever think you're a good person. Nobody. Maybe that's what you want. But in my real life, people know I'm a good person. And I have literally been relying on that and finding out how supported I really am in real life. And that means a lot to me. It really does, because I have really amazing friends in real life. Like I said, I had a great sushi lunch not too long ago, and it was refreshing. And then I'm going out this Saturday with a group of friends. So, yeah. Gee, you mean jobless engineer? Yeah, I hate to even call him an engineer at this point. He never did prove to me that he was an actual engineer. I think he does the software stuff. I'm not going to call that an engineer. There are actual real software engineers, but he didn't take the coursework for that, I don't believe. But yeah, I don't believe anything he says anyways. Not watched any of his stuff since the Res Live with Kyle, so sue me. That's LOL, that didn't age well. No, it didn't. It did not. Why can't we just be beautiful? Why not? Right, exactly. You know, there was something I read not too long ago where they said, "Hey, go." It's basically like go do one kind deed for somebody today, or something along those lines. You've seen all those things before, and I think of myself. Well, I kind of do that all the time. I help a lot of people during the day. I mean, that's kind of like my job in some capacity. Yes, I do loss prevention, but I also got to do some other things that help people. People that are disabled, wheelchair, ADA kind of stuff. And I'm so fortunate. I mean, I have people come in. People that work, have prosthetics, people that are in wheelchair, and they're doing amazing. They're happy. It's not in any way affecting them. It seems. And I'm like, shit, I got it pretty goddamn good. I mean, I am fortunate. Yes, I may not be as healthy as I once was. There are some shit things there, but I mean, as far as I know, it's not like, critical. But we all have that. That's what happens with age. We all have to deal with that kind of shit. But there's people that are far, far, far worse off than most of us. Far worse off. And so you can say, well, that's kind of a comparative thing. And I'm going to answer, yes, it is. And I think that when you're more well off, you should be appreciative of what you have. Don't be envious of the people that have more, because why? Why would it matter? Do you think you think that if you had what they had, if you're a miserable person, it's going to make you any less of a miserable person? Because I don't. I don't think it's going to change you at all. You're just going to be more of a miserable person with more shit. That's all. Haley says, jealous of others and not even know or proof. I'm ashamed of a few tonight, blaming and never once got any info, but was running my mouth doc. They couldn't get online rabbits, but since where, when, no idea what the hell that says. If somebody can translate that for me, go for it. But I have no idea what that says. I'd be happy with just one. Alas, I'm doomed to be a celibate cat, lady nun for the rest of my life. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I happen to like cats. Yeah. Look, again, yeah, yeah, I know you're on wheels. No, I know that. No, I know your history. But you know what? You're happy. You seem happy too a lot. I mean, again, there's always going to be somebody worse off, and you've done the most to be positive. You've been very kind to me and other people. That's what people should be remembered for. My favorite saying, there's always someone worse off than me, so I can't complain. Well, you can complain, but, just do so productively. I don't think people shouldn't complain. It makes you maybe want to try to do more, but that shouldn't be your whole existence, right? People don't want to sit there and listen to somebody complain 24/7. I can whine, and oh boy, can I whine, but I can't complain. Okay, maybe synonymous terms there, but Sermon on the Mount 2.0 by Steve McRae, exactly. This is why I'm an atheist cult leader and an agnostic, a holy pope of agnosticism. Oh man, it's good. It's good to hang out with you guys tonight. I kind of needed it. Probably gonna have to go here soon, though. Do got to work tomorrow. So yes, I work. And I don't work that far from here. That's kind of nice too. I used to have a much longer commute. I used to have to like I said, well, where I used to live was 45 minutes, I think, one way. Here, the longest commute I had was 20 minutes, so that's not bad. I was thinking of getting a Burmese cat, but they cost 500 pounds. Jesus. I mean, sure, if a Burmese cat makes you happy and you want to spend that kind of money, you do you, man. I couldn't see myself doing it. To me, if I ever get another animal, I'm going to the rescue center. I'm spending whatever it costs to have them spayed, neuter, and shots.
I want a hairless cat.
She wants a hairless cat, but I want a rescue animal. I believe very strongly. If you're an animal lover, which most of us are, and you want a new pet, go get one from a rescue. My ragdoll was 700 pounds, had to save for ages. That's a lot. I know people spend a lot for these types of high-end breeds. And again, if you want to, go for it. Whatever makes you happy kind of stuff. Again, I'm not materialistic, so I don't go out and buy a lot of stuff. The last, I was showing them the last thing I bought, which was really this thing, the necklace. Yeah. Was this last thing? She sees what comes in the mail and stuff like that, right?
I'm trying to get him to order his stuff for camping.
Yeah, she wants to go camping. But I got some stuff. I mean, this is what I use for work. This is called a utility blade, by the way. It's actually considered a utility blade, although it's got a tactical grip, right? So it's got a tactical grip. The dirk is sharp. It's like double sharp right there. So it is considered a utility blade because, check it out, it's got a glass breaker and it's got a seatbelt cutter and it's got a fixed blade. It has no spring assist there. It's no spring assist. So it's not considered a weapon. You can wear it open or it's concealed. It doesn't matter. But it's a fixed blade, 3.5 inches, which is perfectly legal in the state of California. How do you like that? You just can't be assisted, right? That's one of the very few things I have bought for myself prior to that necklace. You ain't getting my knife? Go ahead, come and get it. Come and get it. We'll see what happens. She really wants to go camping.
Yeah.
Well, I want to go camping too. I do want to go camping. I gotta go. I gotta go meet some girl at Applebee's or something like that. Say, hey, you want to go camping? She met. You know what's so funny? You guys want to hear some shit? You tell me you want to hear some shit. I got that one online. I got that one from Amazon, actually. I order all my shit from Amazon. I got that. I got a tactical flashlight.
Oh, damn.
This thing's bright it can be. I don't want to shine it with the camera. It'll never come out. This is 1,200 lumens. But you shine this in somebody's eyes, and then I have pepper spray too. So if you shine in their eyes like this, right? I'll turn it off so you can see. If you shine it like this with this hand, you have this hand free, one for the pepper spray, and you also have it free to reach down here to get a weapon, right? So that's how you would do that. Yeah. So you guys want to hear a story? Tell me. I'm not going to tell you another story unless you guys tell me you want a story. I'm going to engage with the audience here. So, and Fritz says either that or Bengal. They're just as expensive. A Bengal tiger, and they're just as expensive. And my neighbor's dog might eat him. Burmese and Bengals are very friendly though. Or Bengal cat. Okay. Zeb, like, come. I camp at the Holiday Inn. No. She wanted to get a $250 electrical thing.
Yeah, power thing.
That's called glamping. That's not camping. You don't have power when you go camping. No, you have a fire. You have a tent. You have blankets that hope to God don't get wet. I've been camping when it's wet or snowy and it's miserable. I hate it. The worst thing about camping, no rain.
I ordered a tarp to go over my tent.
It's still wet. You still have to enter it. It still gets soaked.
I don't want to get wet.
Yeah, I'm never going to go camping in the rain. No.
I love the rain.
No.
Sorry.
All right, story. We got story. All right, story. Okay, so you guys already know the story. So this part of the story, but this part of the story afterwards that you haven't heard before. So you guys already know the story about the girl that I went out a few times. That the second date we went to Applebee's, right? And people were like, oh, Steve went to Applebee's and started hitting on some girl eating dinner. We wouldn't leave her alone. Bullshit, 100%. But this part was true. Not with dealing with me, but dealing with her.
Yeah.
She's picked up women at Applebee's. I swear. Yeah.
They have bought me drinks.
They buy her drinks. They buy her dinner.
Yeah.
You're a little Applebee's hoe, aren't you?
Yeah, and 2 cans.
Oh, yeah. Well, 2 cans, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 2 cans is a gay nightclub up in Palm
Yeah.
Springs.
I always pick up the girls.
She gets hit on in 2 cans. But, I mean, Applebee's, she goes in there. That's where she goes to meet women at Applebee's. I swear to God. And men. Okay, fine, whatever. I go there to have a drink occasionally, but that's it.
Every time I go in there, man or woman notice me, and it's just like.
Can you guys hear her? I don't know if this mic is picking up her because of the.
It does.
Okay. Every time we gain conscious in a drainage ditch, I figure it's spent the evening camping. Also, PSA: please don't let kitties outside unless on a leash in a catio or cat-proof garden. Yeah. Obviously, outdoor cats are outdoor cats, and they can do them, survive themselves. If you want an outdoor cat, they tend to be staying outdoor cats and only come in when they want to on their own terms. Or if you have an indoor cat that's always indoor, they don't go out. So I've had cats in my life, and they're either completely outdoor, they'll come in when they want, or they're strictly indoor and never go outside. How did that with the grifties happen? Dude, I'm number 1, baby. That's what happened. I'm number 1. Oh, that's giving my name recognition. Oh my God, that's been awesome, man. My name. Think of the name recognition I have now when I get to get my award from Hotep Jesus, who I know Hotep. I mean, I've talked to Hotep Jesus. I don't know him, but I've talked to him before. And I'm like, yeah, I'm for it. I'm going. Yeah, fuck yeah. Like, hear everything you know. I actually sent him everything. I said, like, look, talk about this. Yes, I had a convicted rapist on my channel. Yes, I had a GoFundMe's. I had shit. What's the other things? I don't know, a whole bunch of shit. I'm like, yes, take it all. Let's do it. Go for it. Because, it's like beating a dead horse. At this point, who the fuck cares? If that's all you have to talk about, who cares? But yeah, I'll go on the grifties and do that. Shit, yes. I've never been in the Oscars. No. Toucans is a more of a mixed group, though. Yeah, Toucans is. Yeah, I mean, I think it used to be just mostly a gay club, but I think it's more.
It is mostly.
Is it still mostly gay?
Still a gay club.
Okay, but like, not bi then.
Huh?
Gay as strictly guys or women or both?
It's mixed. Yeah,
mixed.
It's mixed.
Okay, it's mixed, right?
Yeah.
So, but that would include bi, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Delete Laws was a longtime leader who organized all the people. Yo, go there and press up. Yeah, look. Hey, look. Straight up, man. Delete Laws is really the true grifter out there. Him and Without a Crystal Ball. We all know this, right? That's why we have to lampoon the rest of it. Myself, Molly Golightly, and Charlotte on the Web. We know it's not serious with us. We get it. We understand this is people trolling us, and we think it's hilarious, and we're all vying for it now. I think.
They're aware of that too.
Oh, they're very aware of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
They the whole thing was supposed to be for parody, so they're very aware of the situation, right? But yeah, I figured I might as well try to win at this point, right? But the people that really deserve it would be obviously Chili and Without a Crystal Ball, who wouldn't go get their awards. I certainly would. Be proud of it. Yes. Look at Steve's proud of being number one in the grifties. Hell's yeah. Number one, baby. I'm gonna tell my mom's gonna find out about that, man. I want her to know I'm number one. Mom, I succeeded. I finally made it. They love me. Outdoor kitties live on the average of 50% less than indoor. That's probably true. It's not safe these days. True. Too many diseases on the roofs. True. People who font like cats will harm them, and I'll make it. And it's also irresponsible. Yeah. Yeah. And here's the thing. I have had dogs accidentally get out and unfortunately get struck by cars. I've had 2 in my life happen. One time my dad opened the door and I had a German Shepherd that I adored. He ran out. He was killed. And I had a smaller dog, Black Chihuahua, that somehow got out. And you live with it. I mean, it haunts you. You get really attached to animals. People that love animals, you get attached to your animals. And in one case where it was a Chihuahua, I had to go to work that day. And it sucked. It did suck. But, death is something we all experience. And fortunately, I've had a lot of experience with that lately growing older. People, real friends of mine have died. Pets die. And then you have to look at your own mortality. And I'm like, am I going to spend the rest of my life dealing with fuckheads and shitlords? No, not going to do it any longer. I'm not doing it. I'm done. Not dealing with the fuckery. I'm not going to sit there and spend the rest of my life, whatever time I have left on this planet, dealing with shitty people. I might talk about them every so often, but I'm not going to spend my life jumping through hoops for them. So, Steve, just again, I've been up in the afternoon. No, I had this before then. Yeah. I tried. I'll tell you the story. If you want to know the story why I got these, because one of the other security people was out front one of the nights when I wasn't there, and he was accosted by somebody. And they knocked his phone out of his hand. They had been threatening him. I had actually bought 2 pairs of these. I bought 2 flashlights and I bought 2 knives, and I gave him a pair. That's why I got these. So yeah, I bought somebody something because I'm not a piece of shit human being. I didn't like the fact that this guy who was really cool as shit was accosted and he didn't have any protection, and I didn't either. So I was like, fuck, you know what? I do need to get something. And so I bought it for him. And he's like, oh, let me pay back. I'm like, hell no. This is a gift to you. That's how that came about. So yeah, somebody actually had to get accosted for me to buy him something and me to buy something. Yeah. It sucks, but we live in turbulent time or tumultuous times. There are people out there wanting to harm you. Where am I at here? What kind of music do you listen to? Well, again, love my Ghost BC, which is this. This is for that group Ghost, right? Love Ghost. Huge fan of Ghost. I grew up listening to Rush. Rush was my main musical group most of my life. I was a Rush fanatic in high school. Black Sabbath, Ronnie James Dio, Rainbow, but mostly Black Sabbath and Rush, and then about 1987, I think it was, I had heard Metallica for the first time. They had an album, I believe it was 1984, was one of the first albums they had came out with. And one of the first albums I listened to was called Ride the Lightning, and I listened to it in 1987, I think it was, because I had it when I was in the military, but I think it came out a couple years before that. But man, I listened to Ride the Lightning, and I was like, this is heaven. Before that, in high school, I had somebody give me a mixtape, and yeah, you guys know what a mixtape is. Let me tell you what a mixtape is. I can't. I know, right? Y'all millennials don't understand. The struggle was real. The struggle was real to catch a song on the radio, to record it just at the right time, and you always miss the first few seconds of it. You hear that song, you're like, oh my God, I recorded it. You go to your little boombox and you record. The struggle was real. But we would make a mixtape, and then we listen to mixtapes of the songs we recorded on our own. But somebody had given me a mixtape, and it had included Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind. It had included the song Revelations was on there, I think it was. It had, what was it? Motley Crue, back when they actually could sing. But it had Motley Crue. It had Rush 2112 on one of the sides. God, oh my God, it was in heaven when I heard 2112. I was like, this is musical genius. What else songs on there? But you get the idea. That was a mixtape. So basically, Iron Maiden. What was it? See, I'm telling you, I can't think as well as I used to. I noticed this, and I apologize for it. When I told you my cognitive functions are not as awesome as they used to be. I forget a lot of shit. Guns N' Roses. I eventually get there. Guns N' Roses and Rush. So I grew up with that shit. So yeah, I like heavy metal. I also like, believe it or not, you may not know this about me, I like Baroque. I actually like Bach, like Mozart. I'll listen to Tchaikovsky. I tried to get a Rachmaninoff, but I wasn't a huge fan. But Mozart, believe it or not, was the heavy metaler of the day. Yeah, that dude is musical. Probably the all-time greatest musicians of all time was Mozart. There would not be heavy metal if not for Mozart. I've listened to Tchaikovsky. I did a paper on Vivaldi, Giuseppe Vivaldi. I did a paper on that for college. I love the Four Seasons. Giuseppe Verdi. Sorry, I did a paper on Giuseppe Verdi, and then I love Vivaldi, the full four Seasons. So yeah, I'm eclectic on my music. I really am. I love classical music. No, seriously, how that happened? With the grifties, I think people bought it. There's some people taking credit for it, saying that they use bots. So whatever works. Hey, maybe number one. I ain't complaining. Put my name out there. Let's do this real quick. I'm having a very pleasant stroll down memory lane, remembering the group Date Steve treated us to some bar with Topic Thunder. Wait, there used to be a YouTuber named Topic Thunder. You talking about her? And I don't remember the group Date Steve. I had a dog puppy who was drowned. Oh, I don't want to hear stuff like that. I know it's sad. I just that sucks. Drowning sucks. And it's so funny for somebody who spent 4 years on the water. I didn't really think about what the danger was of drowning that much. My biggest concern on ship when we were overseas was taking a missile hit. That was my biggest concern because that's what our job was to do, was take a missile hit. And so when we were in the Desert Storm, Desert Shield area in the Straits of Hormuz, that was a big concern when you're at general quarters. I didn't really think about drowning that much. I thought for some reason more on a sub, right? I'm like, if you're on a sub, you're going to drown. That would suck. I know you have to volunteer for sub duty. But on a ship, I was like, the likelihood of drowning didn't really cross my mind. But then I was like, it really, really could occur. Just like if you're a space astronaut, being exposed to vacuum would not be a pleasant experience, right? Would not be a pleasant experience. So I'm glad looking back, I wasn't petrified, because if I was in space, I'd probably be petrified. I just couldn't function. And if I'm out on a ship and I'm not anywhere near land, I don't think I could do it any longer. I don't think I can do it. I don't know. Knowing what I know now, nope. I don't know. I think Kyle outgrifted them both. Yeah, but Yeah, it's probably because Steve has a GoFundMe open for a case that is expired, but I've already spent money on, right? I mean, maybe I'd like to get something back for that, which is completely fine. And I still have other things that I'm doing legally, which, by the way, the GoFundMe said is perfectly fine. So how can we be grifting if I'm $5,000 down and GoFundMe says it's perfectly fine? It's green lit. They have all the records. I've sent them everything. So anybody who thinks otherwise is just being stupid. Preach it. Angel, please like, subscribe, comment for the latest videos, live streams, and ring the bell for notifications. But you got this down to an art form. This, you know what? This is a pro mod. This is an experienced mod. I never had any mod like do this before. I don't think. Very few. I know Living Miss Pity Page, some other people probably have occasionally, but this is legit, man. Sure, damn. She's a mod. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Most mods don't do that. She got experience. I just say make sure we like the stream because you got 20 people watching, you got 2 likes, So. Yes, I have Patreon still. Support me on Patreon, or if you become a member, that's fine too. Go to memberships. You get a cool little green thing like Little Miss Betty Page does. She's actually green on my thing here, even though she's blue because she's a mod. She has a little sticker too. So. And we had another new join tonight. So, yeah, what the hell? Join the channel. Become a member. Get to listen to me rant. I'll rant. The more members I get, the more I'll rant each night. I'll come home after a hard day's work, and I'll just sit here and rant like this and talk to you guys all this month if I get memberships out of it. Why not? If I'm going to be number 1 in the grifties, I might as well get something out of it, right? Even though I do this for fun and I enjoy it.
We should do a rum and coke.
Yeah, we got to do rum and coke. Yes. Okay. We'll do a rum and coke. But yeah, so I will stream every night to get 1 new member a night, possibly. We'll see. I already got 1 tonight, so that one's paid for. But it doesn't let me stop you. I figured it for a Manilow or Helen Reddy kind of guy. Fun. You want to hear another story, Kimomaki? I've met Barry Manilow a few times. Barry Manilow was actually a customer of mine. Swear to God is my witness. He was an Apple customer, even though we didn't sell Apple. And he would come in with his boyfriend. And let me tell you, Barry Manilow does not look like Barry Manilow in real life. He just doesn't. But it is legit Barry Manilow. And so you want to hear another story? I've told it before, but maybe you weren't here. But you want to hear Barry Manilow story? Tell me story in the live chat. Just say story or tell me you want to hear another story. I'm learning how to do this interaction with the live chatters. Baroque, to hear Yngwie Malmsteen. Oh, dude. Rising Force. Oh, my God. Look, Yngwie Malmsteen is an asshole. He's an asshole with his roadies. He's an asshole because he knows he's the best or the arpeggios. But the first time I ever heard Yngwie Malmsteen was an album called Rising Force. And I swear to God, I thought it was Mozart reincarnated. That album is one of the most definitively masterful musical albums of all freaking time, with the amount of key signature changes, the amount of time signature changes, the amount of arpeggios that guy does. His second album was good too, but the first one, Rising Force, and I liked a lot of the group. The group was named Rising Force, but the debut album was called Rising Force. Masterful. Yeah, I'm a huge Yngwie Malmsteen fan, of course. You guys don't know this about me, huh? New stuff. Play us some guitar. I don't have it plugged in. I have it right here, but I don't have it plugged in. Maybe another time. But I have a video of me playing. I just play rhythm stuff. I play very little lead because I don't play lead. But the rhythm stuff, I'll play background music to like Metallica kind of stuff. So I have a video from 2018 when I first got this, like literally first got it. Had it practiced in a decade probably. And then I did just the chords of For Whom the Bell Tolls, right? So if you haven't seen that, that's actually on my channel. I'll put it on the here. I'll go find it for you now. Put it in the live chat. Hey, if I play my own music on my own channel, I get a copyright strike.
Probably. Yeah, you will.
Yeah. And it's also played music, right? So they get the content ID stuff out of it.
I don't know how to do AC/DC. I'll pick the song.
I know a little AC/DC. I can play a little Back in Black. I mean, everybody plays guitar can play a little bit of that. All right, so I'm going to put this in the live chat right now. There you go. That's the comment. Go watch it later. But that's me playing the background when I first got this guitar 5 years ago, and I hadn't played in like 10 years because I used to have a guitar in the Navy. So that was me, pretty much by memory, having to relearn just the background chords to For Whom the Bell Tolls. Because when you don't play in a long time and you only play rhythm shit, I don't play anything complicated. I don't shred, I don't do arpeggios, I don't play lead hardly. Only lead I even learned was Fade to Black, da na 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 na, and I don't even remember how to do that, but whatever. But I can do the dun 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 dun. If I get a content ID for that, I swear to God, I'm going to find you all. Give me some hard BOP or jazz for days. No, Bob. No. The only type of jazz I ever got into that I actually thought I liked was a group called Spyro Gyra, if you remember them, but that was a long time ago. I'm still baffled about Grifty nomination. How long are you on the list yet? I don't know what you mean. It's only been a few weeks. I saw a video on IG yesterday of a warship taking a 30-meter wave near Antarctica. My stomach fell in my water. Scared as hell. Yeah, no, legit. 30 meters is high. That's a high freaking wave, man. I mean, for us Americans, that's oh my God, what do you see? 30 meters per feet. That's a 100-foot wave. That's like legit, like almost 100-foot wave. That's a hell of a freaking wave, dude. My ship never took a 100-foot wave. The biggest swells we had were 20 to 30 feet, and 20 to 30 feet is bad enough. When you feel that ship go up and come down, and you just hear all this metal, and you have to set certain conditions, like this condition X-ray, condition whiskey, circle whiskey, and when you set condition X-ray, for example, you have to seal all the watertight doors, and you have to check them, and there's a whole long procedure, and all these certain doors have to be set so if the ship takes on water and lifts to one side, it doesn't capsize. It isolates so you get water evenly. You don't get it on one side. So you set condition, circle W or X-ray or things of that nature, or Y Yankee. But when you take a 20 to 30-foot swell and you're doing this repeatedly, that's about the only time I ever got really nauseous. I never got seasick, but those times I definitely got nauseous. It is not fun. It is not for the faint of heart. Those people out there doing these, trapping of snow crabs and all this other stuff. Oh man, my heart goes out to them because I've been on the deck when it's 20, 30-foot swells. And you're out there and you're like, oh, I'm go back inside real quick. You don't stay out there very long. You can't. You'll be swept away. So, but you have to. It just sucks. But you got to set the conditions. Who's attacking you? I don't know who's attacking you. I think they're just explaining to you. Yeah, we don't. One sec. Yeah, we don't mention that name. Let's see here. You see AC/DC live? Seriously? Wow, damn! How old are you? That's a long time ago.
And you got to learn some Bret Michaels too.
Bret Michaels.
Oh, that man is.
You just streamed from one bar right on top. Oh, yes, I did. Yeah, I did actually. I think that was Applebee's actually, if I'm not mistaken. I did a stream live with Topic Thunder. Yes. Yeah, she was very nice. Yeah, and it actually got copyrighted ID because the background had golf going on. Yeah. I kid you not. I remember exactly that stream, and I remember the bar, and the bar had golf going on in the background. I got a super chat I got to get to. I'm getting there. I promise. Where'd the super chat go? Let me get the super chat out of the way. So one quick, then I'll go backwards. I'll tell you the story. LOPNC1 $5. Thank you. I just got here. Start over. I can't start over, but I'll tell you the story now. I'll tell you the story. So let me catch up real quick, and then I'll tell you the Barry Manilow story. Okay, I'm back. Not for long. I'm tired. Go to sleep. We got little mousy girl here. Hi, little mousy girl. You seen AC/DC live? That's awesome. Actually, was that pre Bon Scott or after? Let me catch up on all these things real quick. Yeah. DM the video. Yeah. I'm skipping a lot of this because I want to get to my story. I've never seen AC/DC live. No, like I said, I saw Rush, Power Window Tours. I saw Nazareth. I didn't go to a lot of concerts, but yeah, awesome. I said, let me tell you the Bare Mantle story. So, Bare Mantle would come into the store, and he always asked for Apple type stuff. And again, we were PC, but I knew who he was obviously because he was a Bare Mantle fan. And we had people coming all the time. We had Steve Garvey from the Dodgers was a customer. Hal Lindsey's wife would come in. If you know Hal Lindsey, we had the guy that did the Late Show one time come in every so often. His mom. What the hell was his name? Prissy ass dude. Really annoying. Oh my god! One of the late shows. What was it? Carson Daly. Carson Daly was a customer. Yeah, he was an idiot. It was a Palm Springs area, so I mean, famous people came in all the time, right? That's why I don't get starstruck. I guess I just don't care. But anyways, Bare Mantle would come in frequently, pretty frequently. So one day he was in here and he was buying a big screen TV, and the guy that was helping him had no idea who the hell Bare Mantle was. Just didn't know. And so Bare Mantle's card, he had an American Express card, kind of like this. I'm not going to put the number up. This the guy, I got an American Express card, right? I don't put the number up. That's an American Express card, and yes, I got one. Yeah. He couldn't read the name of the bottom. It was just like faded out, right? And he's like, "How do you spell your name?" Right? He was like, he's typing in the computer. Back in the day, you had to type in everything on the computer, right? So you like type in the SKU, you type in the delivery address. You had to get all the information because these big screens were delivered, right? And so he's like, "How do you spell your last name?" Because he couldn't read it. He's like, Manilo, Manilo. And he's typing it in. And he didn't get it again. He's like, "How do you spell it?" He's like, Manilo, Manilow. Typing it in, still couldn't get it. And I was off to the side a little bit, and I couldn't hear this, but he was told me after. This is what he said. But Mary Manilow goes over and whispers in this guy's ear. He goes, Barry fucking Manilow. What do I got to do? Sing Copacabana in your ear? And I would have said no, but if you could sing a few bars of Bandy, that'd be awesome. I like Mandy. It's a great song. It's like exactly what he's like, Barry fucking Manilow. What do I got to do? Sing Copacabana in your ear? That's funny. That's funny. Was that a funny story? Did you like that? True story. I remember the guy's name was Brian. The guy was helping him. Yeah. Oh, you're only 36. Yeah. So it was after. Yeah. But come on. Is that a funny story? Seriously. See, this is what I like doing. Let's have fun at night. So I'll just stream and tell you guys stories that I've never told before. Well, I told that one before, but it's rare. I don't tell all these stories. But I told some things tonight I don't think I've heard said before. Had a ton of bands seen live. It was always an adventure being on wheels at a festival, especially as I'm a butter that still likes to be right in the front, even though there's a disabled viewing. Oh, so they push you to the front, right? They push you to the very front, I assume, right? Lucky. I live in Copacabana. Oh, nice. At the Copacabana, music and passion. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. Her name was Lola. What? You're multicultural. I know. I listen to all that song, right? She was a showgirl. I used to like. I'll tell you what. I used to like Tom. Well, I still do. I mean, Tom Jones, man. What's new, pussycat? Well, yeah. See, people don't know me like they think they know me, man. They see this thing on the internet and they think they know me. You don't. I guarantee it. Whatever you think about me, you probably have it 100% wrong. Except for people that know me in real life or have literally talked to me face to face. But you know what's funny? The people that have never talked to me face to face or anything like that, the ones that aren't shitlords, they don't have to get to know me like that. We're cool. My mods. Somebody actually ran the LARP one time that I had to get. That I was asking my mods for licenses. Like I had to get a license where they are. I'm like, who the fuck does that? I know I heard one person actually did. I think that's where they got the story from, but I never have. But it's like, oh yeah, Steve vets his mods. I'm like, no, when I mean I vet their mods, I'm just saying when I mean vet, I literally just mean they're not a shitty person as far as I can tell. Right. That's as far as I go. As far as that, I don't know anything about them. I don't know some of my mods. I mean, sure, I know a few of my mods personally, but yeah, little mousy girl, I've never met her, but she's always been cool to me. That's all that matters. I give what I get. You're not a shitty person. You won't be treated like a shitty person. If you're not a shitty person, you won't be treated like one. And if you are a shitty person, you're either going to be treated like one or ignored. That's it. All right. Good night, Chilling Angel. Thank you very much for your promotional stuff. Seriously, it's very sweet of you. I don't know how you keep track of that shit, but thank you. But have a good night. Sleep well. Have nearly died in a pit of ungodly amount of times, but holy shit. I mean, yeah, right? So what do they do? They start moshing. Do they pick you up and move you around the that would be awesome. That'd be so cool. Yeah, that'd be fun. AZ stands for shit lord. That's what it stands for. I have no idea. I actually don't know what AZ stands for, other than Arizona, but I don't. I think it's their initials, isn't it? Could be her initials. I don't know. Take that, Bear Mail. Yeah. Right? God, that's so freaking hilarious. That's why you asked. Copacabana, the hottest spot north of Havana. Music and passion. Dude. I do. Another thing I tell you. People know that I took a lot of courses in college. I was all over the place after I got in the Navy. So I went to college. I had taken some Texas A&M courses. I had taken macro and microeconomics and college algebra from Texas A&M Extension. And then when I got out, I took some other college courses. And I had about 224 units of semester units. And in that, I took music theory, right? Oh my God. I wish I would have taken that much later in life because I didn't appreciate music theory when I took it, right? I just didn't. I didn't appreciate the difference between a harmonic scale versus a melodic scale. I didn't appreciate the nuances of how you take these chords and add a fifth to it, or you drop a third, you get a major into a minor. I didn't appreciate the intricacies of the circle of fifths. I wish I would have taken it later in life. I would have appreciated music appreciation much more. Now, it wasn't music appreciation, though. It's music theory. So music appreciation, I guess you sit there and you go, yeah, would you like to listen to music? Yes, I appreciate that. That's an old joke that I stole from someone. I don't remember. It's an old joke. It's been around for a while. Yeah, I would appreciate that. Some TV show back in the 80s, I think. But yeah, I really wish I would have taken music theory later on in life. I think I would really have really gotten more into it. I did okay. And I mean, I had, straight A's except for like one semester, but whatever. Fuck that semester. That semester sucked. But for the most part, I had straight A's. But I didn't appreciate the class. Music theory is fascinating. It really is amazing. And once you learn music theory, you can play just about anything, which I can't because I don't understand music theory that well. I just get the very basics. And I'm sorry that I didn't study it more. And the people that are professional musicians that know music theory, they're geniuses. They're freaking geniuses. Mouse goes, yep, I hang with Steve with chat so we could treat each other like peeps. Yeah, it's amazing how that works, right? And I think that if I start streaming every night, if I have the wherewithal to do it, I can't make any promises right now. But I think for October, I'm trying something different. I just want to stream and have fun. I've like I said, I've locked down my Twitter. I'm only using it to put something out. My stream, my Facebook, I'm not even using that much. My community tab, not going to be using that much. I'm basically just relegating myself to obscurity on the internet. Other than this, and what I usually do on one show a week on Non Sequitur Show, maybe two if I can get to it. But I'm gonna do Non Sequitur Show on Fridays because I've requested Fridays off always now. They said no problem. I mean, absolutely no problem. So I got Fridays off, so that's the day that I'm gonna do Non Sequitur. Might do a episode every so often more than that, but I just want to stream like this. I just want to do philosophy, whatever, and the rest of them ignore. So here's my thing. While it's fine to fill me in something you want to say, Steve, maybe you want to see this or something like that, think twice about doing it because I really probably not going to care unless it's really something relevant. But other than that, I just don't bother to send me anything. I don't care. It's what does it matter? You know. Lane says, I live in Palm Springs. Oh, like currently. One time Sia, when you lived, was it live or you live? One time Sia the singer was in Walmart buying everyone's groceries. That's the closest I've ever come to meeting someone famous here. Yeah, we had I was at somewhere. I'm not going to get into too much specificity of it, but I was somewhere where a very large content creator, somebody has like 1 million subs, was buying things for people. Yeah. So it does happen. Yeah, they come down and make videos, like like Mr. Beast kind of stuff. They'll come and buy stuff for people. Jimmy Darts, yeah, they're those kind of people. They'll come and buy stuff. So it does happen. Yeah, I don't get down to Palm Springs that often. When I do, I just take the High 111, or Route 1. Now it's called. I live much further down. I live towards not that far from the Salton Sea. Not doxing, because go ahead, try to find Salton Sea is a big place, but I'm much closer to the Salton Sea. But in fact, when the smell from that Salton Sea comes in, woo, man! I don't know if you guys have ever been down here for Coachella Fest, but if you haven't smelled the Salton Sea, you just know that smell. Ugh. Do you remember that? You smell that smell? Remember that smell?
It smells like badass, and you never put your mouth on it.
Right? Right? It's bad. One sec. I don't see something. I'm just looking something up. I'm curious. One sec. Wow. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I'm much closer to the Salton Sea. I could be a Salton Sea in a matter of minutes if I really wanted to be. If I floored it. Let's see here. I'm scrolling back here. I'm a guitar teacher and guitarist from Brazil, Steve. Can I send you my band songs? Yeah, of course. Matter of fact, there's a group that had made some songs for Non Sequitur that uses theme music that they donated to me. Called well, his name's Danny, but he's the lead singer of a group called Twin Paradox, or Paradox Twin. He's a friend of mine. Yeah, no, look, I mean, I would love to take. I should have taken guitar lessons. I really wish I would have, because I know my technique is not. I can't sweep. I can't pick as well as I should. I mean, my technique sucks. But I do it for fun. Again, like anything else I do, I just do it for fun. I'm not there to impress anybody. I'm not there to be the best guitarist in the world, because I'll never be. I'm not. I don't consider myself even a guitarist because I can't play. I just fuck around. I mean, the best I could do is play the background songs to background rhythm to For Whom the Bell Tolls. That doesn't make you a guitarist, man. Matter of fact, here, more debate. Let me give it to you again. Yeah, there you go. There's the video. I just put it on the live chat again. More debate. Go check it out. Give me your feedback. Again, for somebody who hasn't played in 10 years, who's not a guitarist, and I will never claim to be a guitarist because I'm not a guitar player. I think I did pretty well. The FPS is off. The frames per second's off. So it's a little off because it's camera's 30 and I'm moving my hands fast. But you can tell it actually really is me playing. And I can play it live. And at the very end, you can hear that I sustain the chord for a very long time. So it really is me playing. But it's just the rhythm part of it, right? The hardest part is the slides. The part where it just goes like dun 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 dun. That's the hardest part. But I had the timing down pretty well, which sucks to me. My timing is really poor, but I did okay on that. There's one or two parts you can see, you can hear. So you're trained. You can hear where I missed the fret and I was a little off on the string. Not that noticeable to the average person. They're never going to notice it. But other than that, I think it was pretty good execution. The original version. I'm trying to learn music theory. I applaud you. I think that people that want to learn music theory, it is, like I said, very difficult. It's much like mathematics in a lot of ways, and it's very, very related to mathematics. Learning, the complexities of all the way from a diminished, a suspended, an augmented, a ninth, a 13th, and how all these things can. I've watched videos before where they would have a long chord name, like C major sharp fifth kind of stuff. And that's equivalent to these other things. And they can do these in their head. They can say, yeah, that's a D flat major augmented fifth, so whatever. And that's equivalent to a C sharp minor, suspended second. It's like, how the hell do you do that in your head? How the hell, and I made that up, by the way, but how the hell do you do this? It blows my mind what kind of genius you have to be able to do that shit in your head. I took music theory at 12 and music GCSE, which is your K, in year 9 when I was 15, and somehow managed to ace them. I love being a metal clarinetist. I was a clarinetist. I was first chair, second string. Wasn't first string, but I was second string, first chair. So we played a lot of the melody, right? Not the we played a lot of harmony, not the melody. But yeah, I had to go to recitals. They would give you a matter of fact in high school. And I sucked at this because I hated doing it, but they would give you a song, or you would pick your song and you would have to go learn it. And then you have to go play it for them. That sucked. That's really sucked. Because first of all, I never heard the song before. There wasn't like you can go like nowadays where you can go on the internet and go, okay, what's the song supposed to sound like? You had to literally get all the intonations, everything down from the song just by where it was written in the notes. That's hard. I don't know how you'd even do that. But yeah, I was clarinetist, B flat clarinet. Yep. Fun streams rock. I can derail a chat quick. Well, you're more than willing to. Is NSS going? Yes, as I said, I do them every Friday, or try to do them every Friday. So yes. You can check out my own band, Focused on Comment, on YouTube. And my brother's band actually hit. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. He passed away while recording after album. We were good. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, absolutely. Check it out. No, Chemo. He says you might want to pace yourself and work slowly up to George Russell's Lydian chromatic concept of tonal organization. Is the jazz? No, look, but I do remember this. Lydian. There was Lydian, Dorian, Ionian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Fijurum. I did take music theory. I didn't look this up. Okay, this is off the top of my head. So I do understand. I remember the modes, right? So yeah, we did have to learn the modes. And I just remember it was Dorian, Ionian, Lydian, Fijurum, and Mixolydian. I may have the order off, but that's pretty impressive. I took that in what, 2000 something, in the early 2000s? Yeah, so might have been before then. Can I ask a last question before I go to sleep? Steve, it's 3 a.m. here in Cocoa Band. Absolutely, ask away. I'll work backwards here. Mixolydian, Fijurum, yeah. Sousaphone, never played. Never played the sousaphone. Tuba, never played a tuba. I tried trumpet. You know how on the trumpet you have to go like, wait. I did. No, but I can't play trumpet. But that's what you have to do. That's what you have to learn how to do. I tried it before. Because I play clarinet and it's a reed instrument, but it's a very different way. You have to bite down on the thing. It's a very different way of playing. But on trumpet, they're trying to show me how to play the trumpet, and I'm sitting there practicing, going. Dying over there. Oh God. Steve, your brain is on 220 volt from what I've seen. Once you practice music theory, it'd be obvious and intuitive to you in a matter of weeks. And you maybe look, like I said, I've watched some stuff on it. The complexity stuff I'll never get into, but as far as like the overall understanding of like the circle of fifths and the sharps and the flats and things of that nature, and how the relationships of like A minor to a C major, things of that nature. Yeah, I get that kind of stuff. I get how to drop a major to a minor by flattening the third. But I mean, the complexities, no, I'll never understand it. I won't ever claim that I'll probably understand it unless I actually took an actual course in it and I was doing it for the coursework, because then I have to sit down and really kind of study. I don't have the wherewithal these days. I couldn't learn it like I could back in the day. That's why I was saying I wish I would have taken it later in life, having the capacity to learn like I used to have, which I no longer have. Would you do a stream on music theory? That would be awesome. Yeah, I've been wanting to with a friend of mine. when he's available, we need to do that because he's a musician and he knows music theory. He goes by We the Vance. He does a show called Nat One Heroes. That'd be fun. Yeah. Don't forget to check your Twitter DM. I will do that. I can do that right now. Matter of fact. What the hell was that? Is that supposed to be a sneeze?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, no. I'm looking at this wave now. Damn. Yeah, that's a big wave. That kind of looks like I don't know if that's 100 feet though. Yeah, I think it may have gone 100 feet after it hit the boat. That doesn't look like a 100-foot wave to me though. They're obviously up in the control tower. They're up in the crow's nest or control tower. It gives you a higher vantage point, obviously, or people up there working on the radar system. We have what's called the 55 Bravo radar. So you had they're showing me the video you showed me. They're up much higher. So you're kind of looking down, but those are still probably good 50, 60 foot waves, maybe. Those are big waves, but even still, 20, 30 foot swells. Well, that's actually about what they were actually. So maybe that's only about 20 or 30 feet. I don't know. It said 30 meters. That's awfully high. That's 100 feet. But even still, it sucked. Okay, it sucks. It sucks. I don't want to do it ever again. Never. Yeah. Kimo says, I messed around with guitar for more than 40 years, but I would be mortified to call myself a musician. Yeah. And you know what? I played keyboard too, a little bit. I mean, one of my favorite songs to play on the keyboard was Subdivisions by Rush. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And I could play back in the day, I played for release. Because anybody who plays keyboard, guitar, or piano, you have to learn certain songs. For release, dun, 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 dun. You have to learn Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. Dun, 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 dun. Chopsticks, obviously. But yeah, I had a piano all my life. My mom, she definitely wasn't a pianist, but she would try to play. So we had a piano where I grew up, and I was fascinated by the chords. I'd be like, this sounds really cool. Okay, what if you do this? And so I learned very early on, though. At least there was a intonality of how the chords fit in with each other, right? So after that, I was like, okay, this is a C chord, this is a D chord, and then the scales. I do know the scales, right? I mean, so on the piano, I can play every scale, at least every major scale. By memory. I still probably can do that. Obviously C with no black keys, and then you just move it up to the D, and then you go. D has what two sharps, but it's funny. I could do it by hearing it, right? And then you move it up, and then you just play your scale, right? Yeah, and you're right. Practice 15 minutes a day. I could maybe one of these days I'll get a keyboard. Maybe again. You guys think I should get an electronic keyboard?
Oh hell no.
Did I? I'm sorry. You thought I was asking you this question? I thought you liked keyboards.
I have migraine headaches. I don't want to hear it.
Well, I would play when you're at work.
Okay.
Duh.
Well, I get my power bank in.
Oh, is this how it's going to be?
It's going to be yes.
Something that I would use all the time. Well, maybe not all the time because I barely play my guitar, but you don't know the negotiations we have. It's yeah. I try to play guitar and my brain won't click with it. I can tune one by ear but can't play. But here's the thing. Let me see. 1 second. I have an actually electronic tuner, but I've actually found that there's a tuner on the internet. And yes, I just restrung this, by the way. I haven't even clipped these yet. I literally just restrung it not too long ago. So I have this tuner on the internet that actually works really well. So even on the high E, sounds actually pretty good, right? I mean, so it actually sounds pretty decent as far as like the tuning. And I still have to tune some of the middle strings. So again, literally restrung it. But I tried tuning it the other day, so it should be like a G. It's a little off. I can hear it actually off D. See how it's flat? So so that's a little. I mean, obviously it's a little off because I haven't finished be stringing. I got some power strings to it. I bought the heavier strings because I wanted to bring up make my calluses more. But these are power strings. I didn't go with super slinkies like I normally would. So I'm doing that just because I want the chord stuff. See? Oh, okay. So we watched that power chords and muting a solid. Thank you. You know, the hardest I had to really work on my palm muting. And it's so funny because it wasn't until even recently, a couple of years ago, like when I played 10 years ago. Where's my pick? I just dropped it. I got a whole bag of picks here somewhere. Where the hell did I just put my pick? You know what? A true musician always loses pick, right? But I'm not a musician, but I should be losing picks. Here we go. The palm muting that I do, I finally learned to rest it. Like, you can't really see here. I rest it right on the bridge, right here below the bottom pickup. And so this is where I mostly palm mute. So when you're doing a palm muting, like, can you hear that? So it's just like, just like a palm mute, like. And so I learned how to rest it better because before I wasn't resting it right. And to be like, that's not palm muting. Palm muting is when you literally have it rested there, like, and you're just picking. It did be tuned. But I don't know, man. I like this to sit and play. See, even that I screwed up because it's been so long since I played these songs. Can anybody name that song? See, I see how long it's been since I played the song. Yeah. Anyways, you get the idea. Yeah. It was a little fret rattle. Like I said, I haven't really said it. Yeah, I said I haven't finished restringing yet. I still got the this on here. Sanitarium. Yeah. And this is Fade to Black. Yeah. See, I play that. Let's see here. See, then goes. So that's like, how's it go? Is this? So that's how it goes. How's it go? I don't remember. Fuck, I don't remember. It's been so long. Let's see here. F major. G, D, C. Anyways, I haven't restrained. I'm so used to playing with power, so it's hard to play electric guitar without power. But anyways, get the idea. I'm gonna be practicing. So you like my run to the what is it? For Whom the Bell Tolls? Because like I said, that I really thought I did a good job with that, dude. I really did. Yeah, it's got some fret rattle, and that's why it doesn't sound right to me. That's why I hate playing guitar that's not in tune because it just doesn't sound right to me. But whatever. French horn? Nope. Here we go. Yeah, Ionian, Dorian, Ionians first. So Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. Yeah, very good. He knows music theory. Yeah, but again, dude, I took modes probably before you were born, maybe. I don't know. Again, the first time I went to college was in 1993 or 4, I believe. And I don't remember if I took music theory the first time or the second time I went to college, which was in 2003. So there was a 10 years difference between me going to college. I took some time off. But I don't remember it was the first. I think it was the second time I went. I really think it was the second time I went. But yeah, so yeah, we had to learn the modes. Yeah. Looney says, nice chatting with real adults this evening. Thank you. I'm off to bed. Good night, everyone. Catch you on the next one. Thank you, Lanny. I appreciate it. I'll be around. Which is a good time for me to stream for the people that are overseas. I know it's much, obviously, guys, you're like 8 hours ahead. Do you guys prefer the late hour streams? Should I be doing more late stuff? Because if I don't get home to like 10 and I want to eat, it may not be until like 11 o'clock my time, which is 2 o'clock Eastern. And then she does her own thing for a while. But for the people in the UK, would that be a good time to stream? Like 11 o'clock my time, which would be 7 o'clock in the AM. Oh my God, 7 o'clock AM for you guys? Or no, it can't be that early. Can you play Rush Natural Science? Come on. First of all, I can't play anything by Rush. Rush is. If you ever look at Rush's musical theory, it is mind blowing. First of all, the professor was the greatest drummer to ever live. Neil Peart, not Peart. Neil Peart was the greatest drummer of all time. He was not human, but I mean, you mean? Oh, yeah. That's not. It's not Natural Science. That was it was on Permanent Waves. Right? Natural Science was on Permanent Waves. Yeah, I mean, I know the song, right? I mean, I do know the song, but I think it was on Permanent Waves. Wheels within wheels, spiring array, a pattern so grand and complex. Time after time, we lose sight of the way. Our causes can't see their effects. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, I love Permanent Waves. Man, you're making me think here, Frida. Oh, yeah, no, I grew up with that shit, dude. Hemispheres, Permanent Waves, Moving Pictures. Oh, my God, Moving Pictures. Dude, I remember I was like 15. I was in Kansas. I was working construction with my uncle doing some stuff. And first time I ever learned how to fish, too. A lot of things were going on when I was 15. I had a tape. And on that tape was Limelight and Tom Sawyer. And I would have that boombox. I'd be blasting that, Limelight. Da na 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 da da na na da na 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 da da na na dun 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 dun. Then I'd have Spirit of Radio, which is, by the way, I will never be able to play that song. I never got into Tool. Somebody asked me. I never got into Tool. Nope. Yeah, alternate. Yeah, that's the one. Rush has alternating time signatures in every bar, right? I mean, seriously, if you look at, who else had that? Who had really alternating time signatures? Believe it or not, go look at Kashmir by Led Zeppelin. Good grief, the amount of time signatures they had on the offbeat of the syncopation of the drums. Holy crap! It's like John Bonham. I don't know how they do this. I don't know how your brain processes. First of all, off beats, but how you switch from like a 7/18, and then you go to a 9/8, then you go to 3/4, then you go to cut time, and then you do a 5/12, then you do it's like 6/9. It's like how do you do this stuff? 7/8, yeah, 7/8. I don't know, man. How they do that stuff is ridiculous. But go look at Kashmir. Kashmir has one of the most uniquest time signatures because it's off beat. You have the music playing and the drums is actually off from that. It's like I'm trying to even do the beat. See, it's so hard of a beat to even do in the head, right? Dun 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 dun. I don't know. You know the song Kashmir, but I can't even do it because the beats are so off. It's 7:29 right now. I haven't sleep. You know what's so funny? True story. My mom's favorite number was 729. My mom's favorite number was 729. The reason why she lived in an apartment in Manhattan, that was her address, 729 something. And then come to find out, interesting enough, 0729 is very close to the fine structure constant. Yeah. One divided by 137. So one divided by 137 is very, very close to the ratio of the fine structure constant. And if you do 1 divided by 137, you take the decimal, it's 0.00729,927 or something. But that never. My mom was always like that. She always told me like 729 appears everywhere. That was my mom's favorite number because there was an address, and she'd always tell me, she'd look at the clock at 7:29. She would go somewhere at 7:29. There was a running joke between her and my dad my entire life was 7:29. I shit you not. I swear to you, there was a running joke between my parents that every time they went to go look at something, there was that number, recurrent number, pass all the time, 7:29. And fun fact, 0729 is pretty damn close to the fine structure constant. Just saying, coincidence, whatever. I find that stuff interesting. Cashmere is like 5/4, 4/4 in the long count. I think there's a 6/9 in there too, or something. 6/19. It's very odd, but there's a lot of time signature changes.
Ooh,
Super chat, more debate, $5. Thank you. Okay, I'm going. My last and lame question. We like questions. Is Aaron Ra a philosophy genius? Bonus question. What do you think about T-Jump? Aaron Ra is not a philosophy genius by any stretch of imagination. Aaron Ra, look, I'll say it I'm dead in the face. Aaron Ra, I think, is a nice guy. I think that he really believes what he believes. I think that he thinks he knows philosophy better than he does. No philosopher I've ever met agrees with that. He says he has one or two that agree with him. I think he's talking about probably Peter Boghossian, and maybe that's the only one that might. But I've never talked to Peter. I've talked to Conceptual James, who was an understudy for Dr. Boghossian. But I've listened to Peter Boghossian stuff. Some of the stuff I find entertaining. I mean, he is a philosopher after all. So I mean, he has some stuff that I'll listen to. But Aaron, he just doesn't grasp philosophical concepts very well at all. And T-Jump, yeah. Look, I passed things up with T-Jump ages ago. I mean, T-Jump messaged me not too long ago. Hey, Steve, you want to moderate something for us? I'm like, yeah, sure. I got no beef with T-Jump. I don't care any longer. He was more of an asshole to me online kind of stuff, but nothing really serious. He didn't go he didn't try to like sabotage me in real life. So, I mean, these sick people that were trying to find this girl that I went out with, those people are fucking disgusting. Those people need fucking psychological help. First of all, like I said, she has no online presence at all. Zero. I mean, and nobody really knows her, so it doesn't really matter. But people that go out of their way to do stuff in real life, you are sociopaths. You are sick motherfuckers. And T-Jump never did anything like that. So yeah, I patched things up with him. Does he know anything about philosophy? Yeah, no. His epistemology is wretched, but whatever. Yeah, that's fine structure constant. 0.0072997. Or approximately, 1/137, which is a unitless number that, for some reason, dictates the entire universe. It's like if you ever did programming, this thing called a random seed generator, where you get a random seed and you can make everything from that one random seed. So if you use the same random seed, you're going to get the same results in graphic-wise, right? So it's not truly random. It's kind of like pseudo-random. You still have to give it a random number for seed to produce this iterations, which is always going to be deterministic. And maybe the fine structure constant is like the random seed generator to our reality, for our simulated reality. Just going to leave that out there for you. Thank you for the chat, Steve. I respect and admire. Well, I appreciate that more debate. I appreciate it very much so. It's kind words. And again, we're going to foster positivity. We're going to be kind to each other. We're going to be groups that want to come in and talk about this stuff late at night or whatever, and just have fun and enjoy talking about things and blocking all the people that are not. It's just the way it is. That's all I'm going to be doing it for. And people want they want to become members. They want to donate. Great. I appreciate it. I very much appreciate the super chats tonight. I appreciate the new members. I'm not going anywhere. I'm still going to do internet. Trust me. It's just I'm going to do a very different type of internet. I think I'm going to do more like this, just conversational, because I don't really do them that often. I'll do some commentary, like the conversation we had last night with Molly and Michelle. I wanted to comment on that because I said I would, and let people know. Yes, I have fake accounts everywhere from people making. I don't have the fake accounts. They have the fake accounts. Let me reword that. They have the fake accounts of me. Somebody's going to clip that. Look, Stevie says he has fake accounts. No, they're making fake accounts with my avatar and my name, and I'm not the only one they're doing it to. So again, if you see my name in a live chat, double check if it's me. Ask some kind of relating to, like, I don't know. Well, even then they could fake that, right? They can go look it up what the fast vision factor is. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. The best way is just to DM me. DM me on Twitter. And if I go into live chat, I will always have my DMs open. And If you don't get a response back, it's not me. Okay. T-Jump's morality argument is special. Yes. His moral argument, which I'm familiar with because I was going to debate him in LA at one time on this argument. He was going to Destiny and Vosh were going to go do a debate, or did a debate in LA, and Modern Debate had invited me to go in LA because I was near LA at the time to do a debate with T-Jump on T-Jump's moral theory, which he calls it the involuntary imposition of will moral argument. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah. What more? Okay. You don't know the involuntary imposition of will argument from T-Jump? In a nutshell, he believes that the way you determine normative action for ethics is if it violates somebody else's autonomy and it imposes upon their will. So if I go up right now and I smack Kano, which would get me killed, look. But if I went over to smack Kano, that would be considered to be immoral. It would be a death wish as well, but it would be immoral. And so why? Because what the action violated her will, because she didn't want me to slap her. Now, if she says, "Hey, Steve, come over here and slap me," which would be weird, I'm not going to do it, but it would be immoral because it hasn't violated her will. But then he takes it to the next level, and he says, "Well, even if you're somebody that's like doesn't have any kind of volition, any kind of intentional states. For example, if this knife fell on my head accidentally, or a rock fell on your head, the rock committed an immoral act. Why? Because it violated your will, your involuntary imposition of will. But we don't ascribe moral actions to inanimate objects. They have no relevance. I don't know why he took his moral theory in that way. Now, there's other issues with his moral theory, of course, but because it basically goes down to eudaimonia, right? He's just channeling eudaimonia, saying harms and benefits, right? Something is immoral if you're harming somebody for the sake of harming them or something like that. That's an immoral act using objective morality, using eudaimonia as a grounding. But he takes it one step further and he applies it to anything, like any freaking object. Who does that? I don't get it. Good night, more debate. Appreciate it. I've been following you for the last 5 years and know what you've been through. Thank you. Other than I'm a Christian, I see you as a kind hero of a hero. Thank you. Good. Thank you for the good chat. And I appreciate it. And again, anybody who says out there I'm against Christians, you're lying. They're just lying. Don't from here going forward. If you hear anything like that or anything else about me, just ignore it. Don't sit there and defend me. I don't need it any longer. I don't. Well, I never really need it. But just all they're trying to do is cause problems. I'm blocking all of them. I've blocked like 100 people probably already, or at least 50 people on my Twitter. Look at my numbers; they've gone way down. I was me blocking everybody. And I'm going to continue. Why? Because I'm not in it for the numbers. I don't give a shit. I'd rather have half the amount of tweets and people on Twitter that I give a shit about and I like to talk to than these idiots out there. They're just spewing stuff all the time. That be tagged on. Don't tag me on any of this stuff. I don't want to see it. I don't care. Their entire lives are dedicated to me. I don't care. But yeah, here's people going, "Oh, Steve and Nick, you were talking about Christians on his channel." No, we were talking about a very specific thing. So, T-Dump's debate tactic rubs me the wrong way. His debate tactic is, I'm right, you're wrong. Here's my big book of epistemology. That's his tactic. And I think sometimes he debates things he has no business debating. This is true. But I don't think he's a bad dude. No, I don't think he's a bad dude either. But he has no business debating the stuff he debates. Sure. But I don't either. Well, you don't seem to be debate those topics. You know, I barely know about the topics I do debate. Whatever. Bosnia's handbook is dreadful. Strident Manifesto. My opinion, of course. I've read it, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. Peter Boghossian might be very good at some of the things he does, but his handbook for making atheists, legit, I'm sorry, it's atrocious. It's atrocious. I've read it. It's bad. It is a manifesto. It's horrible. It is contrary to what I think of philosophy. It is contrary to what I think of epistemology. It is contrary to what I think about atheism. It is bad. I don't recommend it. No, I recommend you read it because if you want to see how bad it really is. But I like Peter Boghossian's. Sometimes he has conversations with people, and those I do find entertaining. But his manifesto, pure crap. Sorry, pure crap. I think according to T-Jump, nature is immortal. The only way I can interpret that is that there always has to be something, which I don't know. The concept of nothing is very, very difficult to wrap your head around, right? Because I don't believe in the adage, you can't get something for nothing. Why? Because we don't know. I think that when people say, that you can't get something for nothing, they don't know that. They have no information about that. They're just, it's an idiom. That's it. It's an axiom that they start with. But it's just nothing that can be demonstrated by science or even really contemplated, really. We have nothing to experiment with. So I don't say we can't get something from nothing. I just have no idea. But whether something must exist, that's a difficult question. And we're talking about philosophical existence. We're not talking about quantum fluctuations. We're not talking about the Higgs field. We're not talking about, nomological laws, which are laws relating to reality, physical laws, right? Nomologically, certain things have to be relationships, right? The ideal gas law, the speed of light, fundamental constants, fundamental units of nature. These things are seeming to be attached to our universe in a way they're immutable, incontrovertible, invariant, so to speak, right? Like when you say something invariant, means it doesn't change temporally or space at all. So you have an invariant transformation. So where the concept of something must exist at all at some time, who the hell knows, right? It seems to be like something would have to be in existence, but then you have to have an eternity, a past eternal. Future eternal is a lot more easier to kind of at least talk about. Past eternal, very difficult. Very, very difficult to talk about past eternal. That's when you get to ape theory and B theory, and you get what's called perfect future and future tense and perfect future tense, which I did a blog on trying to figure out. Alex Malpass talking to William and Craig, their argument on that. It took me 3 days to wrap my head around it and try to explain it to people. I had Dr. Rasmussen read it and Malpass read it. They said, you got the gist of it. Good enough. I'll take it. But it was really hard. So, yeah, I don't know whether there has to be something other than can there be nothing? But if there was nothing, what would that mean? What would be absolute nothing? But if there isn't absolute nothing, that means there has to be something. If there has to be something, why? Why does there have to be something? Philosophy sucks, dude. These are the concepts. These are the things philosophers stay awake, right? I know I do see me, but I watch Godless Girl ski jump. Yeah, no, I do too. Godless Girl is good at that. Yeah, Godless Girl is really good at that stuff. I'm sorry. I checked all my messages. I don't know. Going back to the original title, full circle again, so we can wrap this up. I don't know what's going on with Michelle. I didn't watch Michelle tonight. She was trying to text on a piece of toast. Somebody sent it to me. And a raw egg. I don't know. Oh my God. Middle Miss Betty Page says, seeing T Drum defend his position on being super straight was doozy. Oh God, no, he did not. No, he did not. Stop it. Don't mess with me like that. Don't toy with my emotions. Did T Jump really try to defend being, quote, super straight? And I mean, the way super straight is the Urban Dictionary version on the internet where people talk about being super straight. He tried to defend that? Really? Stop it. Really? Okay. News to me. Oh, yes, he did on Modern Day Debate. Oh, good grief. That's harsh. All right, I'm going to put the I already have the link. The link to join is the live chat above. I mean, it's pinned. If anybody wants to come in now or hold your peace. Don't have to. I don't care. I can do this myself. But some people like to come in and at least say hi. So if you want to come in and say hi, now's your chance before I end this. I'm catching up on all my comments. And again, I do want to thank the members of the channel. I want to thank the Patreons, and I want to thank the Super Chatters. Every time I'm going to be thanking them. If you send something, I'll thank you by name. If you donate to my GoFundMe, which, again, I think it's funny. The GoFundMe, if you donate to GoFundMe, just put "fuck you trolls" and donate $1, $5, $10, whatever, for $5,000 to break me even, so I can end it. That'd be fine. If you're a multi-millionaire, billionaire, and you want to donate $5,000, I'm not going to stop you. But I want the GoFundMe to basically "fuck you trolls." So just say "fuck you trolls," and I'll read that out and your pseudonym, because I don't want to read out your real name, obviously, unless you tell me to. Whatever. But yeah, so my GoFundMe. You want to donate? Go to my GoFundMe in the video description, which I'll put it in there because I'm using StreamYards right now and it's not in there. Let me do it right now. I don't want to go through that whole rigmarole. Jeez, man. That's one problem with Streamlabs. It doesn't do all your usual stuff. Let's see here. You go to my channel. No, maybe I don't have it. Jeez. Oh my goodness. I suck at promotions, man. I really do. I gotta get more organized. I'm gonna work on that this month, be more organized. You know. Anyways, I'll figure it out. But anyways, for my GoFundMe, like I said, it's just for the trolls to say fuck you and that. But it's perfectly, like I said, it's perfectly legit. It does go to legal costs. That's funny. I'm Miss Betty Pays. Good chatting with you too. Like these chill streams. Just feels like hanging out. Exactly. That's all I'm going for. That's it. Hang out, talk, like philosophy, and that's it. And science and music, whatever you guys want to talk about. So I am going to end it. I want to thank you guys tonight for hanging out with me. It's cool. I'll stream tomorrow night maybe and see how it goes. Like I said, I'll probably try to stream every other night or something, but who knows? I'll stream as much as I can this month. I will give you that. I'll stream as much as I can this month because I haven't been streaming as much as I usually do, but I just want to pick up the pace because I want to just chill with you guys, man. That's it. All right. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys. Again, thank you very much. Thank you for my mods. Thank you for Kano for putting up with me after work because she's there going, I want to go to sleep. Yeah, it's been a long day. And then if you got questions, please leave them in the comment section. Again, join the channel, subscribe to the channel, all that other stuff, and I appreciate it. Good night.